Welcome back, everybody, to the GeoGuessr World League. We took a little break. Hope you had a lovely holidays. Happy New Year as well. And we're back. We're back for a great day of matches. It's going to be a good time. I'm your host, Project Bloom, or Bloom, joined by Jake Lyons, the legend. But Jake, where are you?
I am actually in Mexico right now. So I'm broadcasting from a hotel room. But, you know, this is first priority always, no matter where I am. But yeah, just out for a few days on holiday. But, you know, I couldn't miss this day.
It's going to be a great day. Love the little change of scenery from Jake. But let's talk about what we're doing. Let's get into the game of GeoGuessr and figure out what we're here to play and how it all works. Jake, as always, talk to me.
So, the way GeoGuessr works is you are dropped somewhere in the world. You're given a randomly chosen image on Google Street View, and the idea is to figure out where in the world you are by using the clues around you, such as the landscape, the signage, the road lines, etc. And then once you have a good idea, you open your little mini map in the bottom right of the screen, you put a pin down, and you get points for basically how close you were to the location, with the maximum score, perfect score, being 5,000 points, which we call a 5K.
That's the game of GeoGuessr. Let's see how we play it competitively in the GeoGuessr World Cup. We start off with a moving game. We're limited to 1 minute, but the players can move around freely with no restrictions, find whatever information they can, and make the best guess possible. Try and get those juicy 5Ks. Then we move on to no moving. The players spawn, and they only get one 360 panorama. That is it. They can zoom around, but they can't move up and down the road anymore. Then, if we get a tiebreaker, we get to NMPZ. That's no moving, panning, or zooming. That is one still singular image. That's all the players get. It's an exciting way to have a tiebreaker. It's good fun. Let's take a look at the scoring within that. So, with 3 points on offer, if we get to a 2-1, the player who took at least one game will still get a point. The winner will get the 2 points. However, with those 3 points, again, if there's a 2-0, the winner actually ends up getting all 3 possible points, and the loser gets nothing. With all that said, here is our schedule today. Very exciting games, Jake.
Very exciting games. Starting off with Consus versus Kratsooo. A really good one. Consus, our world champion from 2023. Kratsooo was, I believe, a quarterfinalist at the 2024 World Cup. But he also was the finalist, the runner-up at the Europe Regionals. But two excellent players who I don't think we've seen play each other on the world stage. And then after that, we have Kratsooo and Blinky in the next time slot, which might be the best match we get over the entirety of the World League. And I cannot wait for that one.
Yeah, make sure to stay tuned for our second slot. RC Blinky, our first and second place players who have been taking it back and forth from each other a little bit. You do not want to miss that one. But we're going to start with Consus Kratsooo. It should be a good time. With all of those matches said, we've taken a look. Let's see our overall standings. As I just said there, that Blinky and RC in the first and second, they've been fighting it back and forth with only a point differential between them right now in the world ranking. But RC one more match, actually, which is quite interesting. But Consus, 5th place, will be in our first match up against Kratsooo. It should be good. But yeah, this is where things stand, Jake.
Yeah, the standings don't show it, but Consus is one of 2 players to still be undefeated in terms of matches. He has not lost a match. Blinky is the only player who can say that, the only other player who can say that. And then Kratsooo is down in 27th place. I think he would probably say he's been underperforming so far, but again, if you don't get into those spots that get you to the World Cup directly, that sort of top 12, then you're going to be looking to at least qualify for the regionals, which means you have to be top 12 out of 20 when it comes to the Europe region. And Kratsooo is currently in 12th out of 20. So he's like right on the edge of where he needs to be. And I think he feels he's in a precarious position, and this is a very, very important match for him.
Yeah, also worth noting, just really quickly looking at that standings again, we saw MK 3rd and Oscar Zigzag in 4th. Just definitely worth mentioning Oscar Zigzag up there, 4th place, but topping his region, which is really good for him too. So just worth taking a look at. I know he had some games earlier today. But with all that said, nice little recap done after a little 2-week break. Let's get straight into our first match. It's going to be Consus. It's going to be Kratsooo. Should be a bit of a heater here. As you mentioned before, Consus has not lost a match yet. He's only, within the matches, he's only lost 3 games, if I'm remembering correctly. Those were all no move. But overall, has not lost a match. Kratsooo is going to want to take it here.
Yeah, you mentioned the only games Consus has lost have been no move. It's true. He has not lost a moving game yet. He's 10-0 in moving, which is amazing. And Kratsooo is a player who I think he considers himself a very strong moving player. And he hasn't done so great in moving so far, and he also hasn't done so great in no move, which is why he's so low in the standings. He's actually won 5 out of 6 NMPZ games, but his issue has been getting to the NMPZ, because if you lose 2-0, you don't play NMPZ at all. So Kratsooo, I think it's going to be difficult for him to win either of these first 2 games, but, he's going to have to do that.
Yeah, it is really surprising to see. He's only won 4 of his 10 moving games so far, even though he is such a good moving player. So maybe this is a chance for him to make that comeback, get the moving game he knows he needs. We will see. The players are off.
We're starting in Urban Brazil here. Again, we've seen a lot of Urban Brazil rounds so far in this league, but what the players are going to be doing is looking for phone codes. Those are the best clue, the best regional clue in Urban Brazil rounds.
See if they can find them. There's not much.
Also has a phone number, but none of them have area codes on them. So this may just come down to a vibe guess from both players here. We will see.
Nobody has opened the map yet. 3 seconds. Get the guesses in. They're both going pretty far south. Consus farther south than Kratsooo, though. But Kratsooo, really good guess.
Really nice guess from Kratsooo. I feel like in 1 minute moving rounds in Urban Brazil, most of the time players will get to area codes, but that round was an exception. But really, really nice guess from Kratsooo. He saw sort of the flat landscape, reddish soil, and just made an excellent guess.
Here we move on to round 2. Quick Norway with great signs there. Both players have that same sign. Road number is going to be really important.
Yeah, I think the road number was 15. There's a sign for Otta, which is in the center of Norway, just east of where their pins are. Looks like both of them are just trying to narrow this down, but with 1.5x multipliers, I wouldn't expect this round to make too much of a difference either way.
You think we get the double 5K?
Ooh.
What's your prediction?
We could. I'm going to say no. I'm going to say one person's going to 5K.
1 5K. Okay. Bold prediction. We'll see. Neither seem to have anything too confident here yet. Kratsooo.
No.
Oh, Kratsoo's got a bridge that he likes.
I'm not sure it's the right one, though. Maybe I was a little too optimistic.
Maybe the pressure's got to them. They couldn't find what they need. Nah, they do not. But Kratsooo closer. Great guess. He actually moved off of Foss Bergam, I think is what that says. Actually, both players did, if I'm remembering that correctly. So both would have been a little closer, but then moved away.
Yep, looks like players were scanning west of that town, but I guess maybe not so much east of it. Carnarvon's a big city in Western Australia. It looks like they both know it, which makes sense. I think, yeah, good moving players are going to know reasonably large towns, especially in big countries like this. See if we can get a 5K, and he can, maybe? Yes, he can.
Nice little 5K from Kratsooo. We love to see it.
Styling on him a little bit. He's still flawless through 3 rounds.
This is what we were saying he needed. He needs a moving win here. He hasn't been getting them, even though it's expected he would. So a bit of an upset so far. But maybe he gets it here. We'll see. We're going around 4. We're in Brazil.
We had a 98 area code, which is the northern half of the state of Maranhão, which both players have. Consus looked like he had a road number. I didn't quite see what it was. But he's also got some distances. Both players do.
Both players on the same sign. Some town names with distances going to be helpful for lining something up. Probably not a 5K, but This could be big.
Consus still looks unsure, although I think they're in very similar places right now.
Yeah, now they're right there near each other. So shouldn't see too much. They're both right there. Wow.
Yep.
12. Little
I mean,
12.
Kratsooo really locked in right now. I mean, he found that about 12 seconds faster than Consus did, so he's really... His moving instincts right now are sharp, and he's finding what he needs to find, and it's showing so far in the score.
Round 5 now. Quick Bangkok lock from Kratsooo. Consus trying to use the opportunity to find some more information, but doesn't seem like he can.
I think Kratsooo can read Thai, maybe? I'm not sure. I'm not sure if Consus can, but... Okay, so it ends up being Consus in the right province. I wonder if he was able to read it.
Don't know. But he does make a little bit of a comeback there, at least in terms of ending the flawless from Kratsooo. Good for the mental, as I love to say.
Sure is. We've got an Ireland here by the looks of it. These yellow outer lines driving left, Europe, all points to Ireland. Consus has a road number. The R roads are organized in a reasonable way, so the 100s are in the area that Consus is scanning right now. He sees King's Court. I'm surprised he hasn't actually sent. Maybe he hasn't... Maybe he didn't see the town name, but... I would expect Consus to send. King's Court is a bit southwest of him.
Yeah, I wonder if he maybe... Oh yeah, it's right there. I wonder if he doesn't see it, or...
He probably doesn't see it.
Oh, wow. Kratsoo's now kind of looking up in sort of the right area. Nope, he zoomed out and he's going south. Oh, he found it.
I don't think ever saw the road number that Consus saw.
Oh, this could be some pretty big points. 3.5 times damage. Nope, Kratsooo does move it farther up. It should even out a little bit, but Consus might be right on it. He is! Consus, 600 meters away, the 4998. What a guess. It doesn't give him the lead back, but it really evens things out.
Yeah, really nicely done from Consus, finding that information. Took him a while to find the spot, but he figured it out eventually, and Kratsooo didn't quite see what Consus saw. He maintains the lead, but it's a slim lead going into round 7.
What a close game, Jake. Really, round 7.
Yeah, it really is so far. Again, both phenomenal moving players, and I think Kratsooo having won, 4 out of 10 moving games so far, really is not indicative of his skill. He's better than that, and I think we all know he's better than that, and we'll see if he can, in the coming matches, bring it back a little bit.
Hopefully we still have many more weeks.
Consus has not lost. He has not lost a moving game yet, which is extraordinary.
Quite amazing.
I don't
player
think
open the
either
map
player
yet here, round
has
7.
much.
Yeah.
There's been a couple signs, but none of them have had good info on them. So it makes sense both players just kind of going for Central Uruguay. Consus moved up a little bit. And it works.
It works without too much information. Just kind of make some region guesses. Consus ends up being closer and deals a lot of damage there to Kratsooo. This is now Consus's game.
Yeah, Consus probably a little fortunate so far with the round order, losing some of the early rounds and winning the later ones with the multipliers. Oh my goodness. I think Kratsooo must have seen a town name on that sign. Consus. Oh
no.
Gosh, this is very, very different. What did he see?
Massively different. Was Kratsooo just trying to put on pressure? Did he know? He did know!
He knew.
With 4.5
And that's going to win him the game.
Damage, that's it! That's it! He wins it!
That is huge for the mental for Kratsooo. His
That
first,
is, yeah, wow.
Consus' first loss in moving. That is major. And Kratsooo, again, we saw his NMPZ record. He's won 5 out of 6 matches or games in NMPZ. But the tough part has been getting to the NMPZ for him. But now he guarantees that either he'll win 2-0 or there will be an NMPZ. Also,
Consus only made it to 3 NMPZs and has won them all. So both these players are really good NMPZ stats here. So if we get there, it should be a close one. But yeah, if anyone was going to be Consus in moving, it was going to be someone like Kratsooo. So impressive. Take us on to no move.
Looks like a Thailand round here. Both players know that. Very, very red soil. Normally, red soil indicates that you're further east in the country. Consus's pin is a little further, yep, and it works out for him.
A couple little points there for our round one, 385 down to Kratsooo.
Kratsooo with a little bit more of a hedge there. Figures it's round one, no need to take any risks, just kind of click more towards the middle. Here we have a turkey. Kratsooo instantly clicking pretty far to the southeast. I'm not sure what it is that makes him think that. I don't know if it's the vegetation or just the general landscape. But Consus has a very different idea.
Yeah, it's an interesting turkey. It doesn't really give the vibe of most of the country, so if the players do know the particular area here, it could be helpful.
Yeah, Kratsooo has moved back to Konya after his initial plonk. So I think both players now in very similar areas. Again, we saw in the stats, both of these players have very long average guess times. They both, in any mode, they just like to take their time, really think through the round, not rush it, which is what we're seeing here.
And Consus ends up just being a little closer there. Just some more chip damage down to Kratsooo. We're just racking up the multis. Nothing too crazy yet.
Nothing too crazy. Ooh, this looks like suburban US, which is always a tricky one. It can be very difficult to tell some of the states apart.
Just
the
to pull up
architecture
some...
can look very similar.
Very true. And just to pull up some more stats, both of these players' average guess times are the longest on no move. So it really seems like they both need to take their time on no move. Maybe it's their least comfortable. Or they just want to take everything in possible from what they can get in their 360 panorama.
Yeah, that's a cool point, actually, that their average guess times are longer in no move than in moving, because that's most of the time not what you're going to get for most players, so that is sort of cool that they really are taking their time, especially in this mode.
Yeah.
They're on either side of the Appalachians, although they're still fairly close to each other.
Consus, just a little closer again. But that's pretty big damage. Kratsooo on 3,600 health here. Consus on full.
We see that consistency in the no move from Consus. He's close every time. He really does not give you much to work with. Kratsooo, I think, feeling very grateful he was able to win that moving game, just given how strong Consus is in no move.
Kratsooo does actually only have a 20% win rate on no move, so definitely not the mode he wants, but hopefully he can just take it to NMPZ and win it there. If Consus continues this consistency that's so hard to beat in no move, we'll see. Kratsooo ends up getting in a guess first here on Consus, putting on a little bit of pressure, but Consus staying composed, taking a look at whatever he can. Will he line up a road? He does move farther north. We'll see. Kratsooo finally deals some damage.
Really nice guess from Kratsooo there. Argentina can be one of the toughest countries. That southern half of the country can look so similar north to south. So I see really impressive guesses from both. And nice job from Consus moving his pin a little more north. Mongolia, though. Oh my gosh.
Will they know the town? Yeah, it's possible. Consus just maybe going outside Ulaanbaatar here, the capital.
There's a lot of car meta in Mongolia, knowing specifics about the Google car. I don't know how much there is here. It's not something I've really extensively studied, but this round could have massive implications. It's a very, very big country, and very, very difficult to region guess if you don't know the car meta.
Consus now kind of looking at these towns north of the capital. Kratsooo just a little bit west of the capital, so we'll see. Oh, but he does move it actually pretty far.
Switched a bit.
If one of them's pretty accurate here, this could be big points. 3 times damage. Round 5 with 5 seconds left on the clock. Massive difference. Massive country. Could be big points.
It sure could. We will see. And Consus.
Consus closer. Not right on it, but a very good guess nonetheless. Kratsoo's on 1,000 health now.
Yeah, again, it's so hard to beat Consus. He's so consistent. What have we got here? This looks tricky. I agree with the Peru zoom. That was my first thought here. But it's definitely an odd-looking round.
It is odd. I wonder if we're just high up in the mountains. We have a Colombia and a Peru right now from our two players. Different countries. This could easily be the game. Especially round 6, 3.5 times damage. No, Kratsooo moves it to Peru.
To Peru. Because that architecture down there, that sort of almost mud brick thatch roof looking house down there, to me looks a lot more Peruvian. I think Kratsooo, as soon as he saw the house, he thought, yep, I think this is more likely to be Peru. But this could still end the game. I mean, if Consus is closer, Kratsooo is on the ropes already.
Still a big country. But they are actually pretty close to each other now if you look at the maps here, so... Actually, maybe it won't be too much.
A bit more north, I think.
Ooh, wow.
Okay.
Works out for Kratsooo. 1,700 damage down. Consus still holding a lead. But staying in it. Kratsooo staying in it.
It would have been enough, though, had it been north rather than south.
Yeah, if it was the other way around. To go on round 7, though. 4 times damage.
It's like urban Mexico, I think. Definitely tricky. This is just like an industrial area, and there's not much to be seen around here. This could be really tough.
Yeah, you can't see really anything about the landscape. A little hill over there to the north, but would be much more helpful if you could see more houses.
Wow.
More hills.
This is going Tijuana, and he locks it.
The Tijuana lock is big. Oh, he doesn't look happy with the guess. You see it on the camera?
Oh, yeah.
He doesn't look happy.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Consus down in Guadalajara. That's a huge difference. It's down in Oaxaca by the looks of it. Both look a little confused. Consus drops the GG. He wins on that. We go to NMPZ.
Yeah. Crazy rounds. I mean, those urban rounds where you can't see much of your surroundings can be so difficult. Oaxaca there is kind of crazy. Kratsooo still looks really frustrated with himself. I don't know if he just realized it wasn't Tijuana or if he actually knew something even more specific about it, but we'll see if he can compose himself and do what he's done so far in this tournament in the NMPZ. But again, both players, Consus 3 for 3 in NMPZ, Kratsooo 5 for 6, so this is a toss-up, honestly.
Really could go either way. We'll see a very hard round 1 on NMPZ. Again, NMPZ is no moving, panning, or zooming. That's one still singular image. That's all the players get. This is what we get in our tiebreakers.
Kratsooo is in the Bay of Bengal. He's switched a bit more east. Consus in the Philippines. The soil is, I'd say, unusually red for the Philippines. Not that it can't be there. I trust him more than I trust myself, but most of the time, red soil will show up more in Thailand, Indonesia, but we'll see. Kratsooo is in Thailand, but he looks very unsure with himself.
Very difficult round. It is the Philippines. Wow. What a guess from Consus. That's 3,000 damage on round 1.
Honestly, I'd love to know what gave away Philippines for Consus there, because he looked pretty confident for pretty much the whole round on the country, and personally, I probably wouldn't have gone Philippines there, so that's an excellent guess.
Yeah, agreed. Your point about that red soil not being super common in the Philippines is very accurate, and definitely why Kratsooo opted for something more like Thailand. But it does take us to round 2. Kratsooo quick in Mexico. Consus zoomed there as well, but no pin down yet.
I don't mind the Mexico guess. It makes sense with this rock wall. You see a lot of these in sort of central Mexico. The vegetation is odd, but yeah, I do like the Mexico guess from both players here.
I like it as well. They're both sort of similar, just kind of central, click near the name of the country on the map. But Kratsooo farther south. Shouldn't be too many points, but we'll see. We'll see. Anything is possible. No, both pretty close to each other at the end of the time. It is farther north. Consus a little closer. 1.5 times damage. Big hit again. Kratsoo's already on his last leg here.
Yep, but in NMPZ especially, it's so random. You never know quite what's going to happen. Kratsooo absolutely still has a chance here.
He's definitely in it. We move on to round 3. Turkey. Kratsooo quick lock. But Consus already zoomed in quickly as well. They're both confident on the Turkey. They both think pretty far north, so we'll see where Consus gets the guess in. He's a little farther west than Kratsooo. The time's running out for him. He's got a pin in. Kratsooo is closer. Breaks the Consus flawless. We love to see it.
Definitely good for the mental there. See if we can claw it back. With the multipliers getting higher.
Yeah, you're racking up the multis.
You never know. Oh my gosh. Okay, Southern Argentina again. Mentioned how difficult this area can be. There's so little to go off of here, just a few shrubs. I mean, sometimes the level of the shrubbery can give you a sense of how far north versus south you are, but very good chance that this ends the game.
Yeah, very possible. Neither player seems too confident yet. Nobody's placed a pin. Just kind of zooming around. Trying to look at whatever they can, but again, not much to go off at all.
Consus a good deal further south currently. We're also thinking about switching there. This could be major.
Yeah, Consus
staying in Rio Negro.
Oh. He's right on that border. Kratsoo's on the north border of Chubut. This is a pretty big difference, and it is south. Consus, with that guess, with that multi, will take the NMPZ game and the overall matchup. That's GG.
Yeah, you can see Kratsooo frustrated with himself. I don't know if he let if he let it get to him when he lost the no move on that Mexico round. I don't think he felt very good about it, but honestly, that still isn't the worst result for Kratsooo, because I think a lot of us maybe expected that to end 2-0 with how good Consus has been in moving. He took a moving game off Consus. That's something no one has done yet in this tournament. And I think Kratsooo, with where he stands in the table, 1 point's better than 0, so, you know, he's just got to, you know, take it, move on, but it's not the worst result for him.
Yeah, we got 20 weeks, so any point you can get is always going to be helpful. Kratsooo gaining 1, Consus gaining 2. But that's not our only match for this time slot. We're going to get Gingi versus Kent. Going to be a banger. Gingi with a 52% win rate right now. Not exactly what he's been looking for, not really what he wanted. He is at America's regional winner from the 2024 GeoGuessr World Cup season, so people expected a little bit better, but we'll see if he can keep things up and make a bit of a comeback. Kent, too, a little bit of a slept-on player. Actually, if anybody watched Zigzag's video, he predicted Kent to be a little bit slept on. Believes in a bit of a comeback in this year, so we'll see how they do here. But again, we look at these standings. Kent in 37th, Gingi in 21st.
Yeah, Kent with just 8 points in 9 matches so far, but I think he started off the league even worse, and he's had a couple of wins recently, so maybe he's on the up now. But he definitely is feeling the pressure, probably more so than Gingi. Gingi's in an okay spot with how he's played so far, but Kent definitely feeling like he needs to get some wins.
Yeah, we'll see if he can do it here. Should be a tight matchup. I think it'll be a close one. The players are off. We're on moving, and it's round 1.
So, I'm not sure. I thought it could be Belgium or Luxembourg, maybe, with the architecture, but I haven't seen any written info. The poles look Belgian, but it's hilly, so I like Gingi's guess in the southern part of the country.
Two close guesses. Kent a little closer. Nothing too much going on. A little 64 damage there. Takes us to round 2. Gingi's rocking a 50% moving win rate, while Kent's at about a 32%. So, too high, but
Kent would. Both players, to be fair, but Kent definitely would consider moving to be his weakness. So, I think that's not too surprising. But Gingi 50%, I mean, honestly, that's pretty good for him. And I think he's been practicing moving a good amount recently and trying to get better at it. And it looks like it's definitely paying off to some extent.
Yeah. His win rate is much higher in the no move than the NPC, so if he does get there,
Ooh.
seems like he does well.
Kent may have been able to read that.
Oh, wow.
I'm not sure, but he can probably read Japanese. I mean, he is Japanese,
you would
so
hope.
I think, yeah. I think he's lived in the U.S. most of his life, but I do think he speaks Japanese. So yeah, very nicely done.
Really great guess. 1.5 times damage. That's about 2,000 damage given to Gingi. Really great start for Kent right now.
Yeah, it wouldn't shock me if there was something that said Fukuoka Prefecture on that sign that Kent zoomed into. Oh, we've got immediate area code. 64 is Southern Goiás, I believe. So we'll see if the players are able to remember that. Kent does. He sends it in immediately. And Gingi's right in the same area.
Shouldn't see
It's
too
just
many
an
points.
area code knowledge check for the players. It's like, here, have an area code, but, you know, you better know it, otherwise you're going to be in trouble. But they both passed the test.
Kent holds the flawless, though. Even off that,
He does.
just barely. But
Again, Kent definitely feeling the pressure with where he is in the standings right now. Feeling like he needs to step it up. So this would be really big for him if he could win this. This is Nigeria, but it's interesting landscape.
yeah,
It's oddly mountainous and green, more so than you normally see. Gingi just sending not far from Lagos. We'll see what Kent goes for. Pretty different guess.
wow, Kent is closer though. That's pretty far north for how green it was, to be honest. But that's a big hit to Gingi. Kent full health, Gingi 1,500 health.
Yeah, it's probably just a matter of like what season the coverage was taken in, but I agree that that is surprisingly green for there. Gingi definitely under some pressure here, but it's not over until it's over.
Multis are rising. Could be doable. You are right, it is not over till it's over. Could be anyone's game, but it's going to be hard to do for Gingi. We'll see.
Got a UK round here. I don't know. There we go. Okay, Oswestry, so that's in Wales. I think it's a little bit more north in Wales. I think GeoWizard went through that town on one of his missions, but
Classic.
yeah, I like the northern Wales guess. I don't know if Gingi knows if it's Wales, because it
No, he
looks like he
doesn't.
doesn't. He hasn't seen... Those town names are Welsh, but Gingi doesn't... He hasn't seen them, so...
Oh, wow. This is
could
going
end
to
the
be
game.
it. This is going to be a Kent flawless by the looks of it. Kent right there, 56 kilometers away, 3 times damage. Flawless is Gingi in moving.
Wow, that's huge for Kent. Again, moving probably his weakest mode, so to be able to flawless Gingi in moving, that is huge for him. And if he can win this no move, he's going to be feeling really, really good about how he played.
The no move kicks off with a desert. Possibly Mexico, I would assume, yeah. Kent's gonna go in there, and Sonora, quick lock. I'm gonna take a look at their average guess times in no move. I'm actually quite curious.
Doesn't look too dissimilar from the landscapes I've been seeing down here in Baja California Sur, but we will see. I do agree that it looks a little bit different, so Sonora, what a guess from Kent.
Kent! Is 2025 Kent's year?
It might be. Maybe that's the key.
Maybe that's the key. We'll take a look as we go into round 2.
Just turned over a new page, both on the calendar and in the World League.
I also want to note quickly, as they get their quick guesses in, that Gingi's average guess time in moving is 16 seconds. And this game, he really did not do that, and maybe that's part of why he actually couldn't take that moving game.
Yeah, it is interesting. I think maybe he's more interesting. They both went Cebu there. I think maybe that Gingi is more inclined to guess fast when he's playing against someone he knows is a really strong moving player, whereas Kent, like Gingi, is a weaker moving player on average. So maybe he thinks insta-guessing isn't going to work as well, and maybe he just decided I'm going to try to look for some info and see if I can beat him that way. But it didn't quite work for him.
Yeah, I like that. I like that analysis. We are in round 3.
What do we have here? It's Indonesia, but...
Both on
Yeah, I'm not
Sumatra.
actually sure. Is that a volcano there?
Hard round.
Kind of an odd round.
Yeah, hard. Definitely hard for sure. What else is there to even go off of here?
I don't mind North Sumatra, although I'm used to the hillsides being a little less forested in North Sumatra. Gingi, considering West Sumatra. We'll see. I'm not sure what we're looking at here.
Did you get a pin in? He did in Java.
Oh my
wow,
goodness.
Kent!
He 2 rounds him, or 3 rounds rather.
Wow,
Oh my goodness.
I think Kent is the 2025 is the Kent year, guys.
That's double flawless, by the way. Kent did not lose a single point in those 2 games. That is, wow, that is impressive, and really a great start to the year. And again, Kent needs this. He's low. He's really low in the table. He needs to be top 60% in his region if he wants to make the regionals. So that's massive for him.
Yeah, that is huge. Getting 3 points there against Gingi, nonetheless. A very strong player. But let's take a look at everything else that went down. We had the Consus versus Kratsooo 2-1, as mentioned, and that insane 2-0 Kent Gingi. But what else happened during this time slot? Some other matches were happening off stream. Malfunction with the 2-0 over Rix. RC the 2-0 over Armani. Yannick the 2-1 versus Swan Gambit. I bet that was a close one.
I bet it was. Yeah, Yannick has, I think, had a little bit of a rougher time recently, so that's a big rebound win for him. Radu with a 2-0 against Armani. I mean, not too much of a surprise, to be honest. Radu's just Radu. that's not meant to be a knock against Armani, but Radu's just so hard to beat. Yeah. And then Malfunction too. I don't know. Is Rick still playing, or because I know we had that like forfeit thing before. Like, I'm not sure if he's actually actively playing or not, but yeah, I don't know the answer to that.
I believe he is. I think he just forfeited that one match on that one day, but he is still in it. And yeah, the Armani 2-0, Armani getting 2-0'd, it's tough. Armani's got a tough day. He also plays Finbar later today, so RC Finbar in one day is that's a day and a half for sure. But
yeah, sure
speaking of RC, everybody, when we come back, it is RC versus Blinky. These are our top 2 players right now in the World League. What separates them is not much at all. They keep taking it back and forth from each other. This match is going to be world class. Stay tuned. You do not want to miss it. We're going to go to a quick break, and then we got RC Blinky.
Thanks, GeoGuessr, for letting me become part of your world so quickly, and that I got a chance to see Blinky lift the trophy after that insane grand final. It was an experience I'll never forget. So now, with 2025 right around the corner, I have an idea.
Now, don't get me wrong, I love Sweden. We've already had the World Cup there twice. GeoGuessr 2025 World Cup. Denmark. So to all you GeoGuessr fans out there, let me show you what Copenhagen has to offer. Fancy architecture. Easy to recognize signs. We have historic buildings. Red roads. A royal family. World-class dining. A super cool theme parks. We got the best beer in the world. Presumably. So, when you're done exploring the city, when you've tasted all the varieties of smørrebrød and you've found out the true meaning of hygge, we'll meet here.
Where Winston Churchill laid the foundation of what would become the European Union.
Long live the cause of freedom.
Where big-time artists like Rolling Stones, Louis Armstrong and the Beatles have performed.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I welcome you to Copenhagen and the KB Hall, the venue of the 2025 GeoGuessr World Cup Finals. Oh, and there will be a bar.
Welcome back, everybody. I hope you enjoyed the nice little break, but we're back on the broadcast. It is time. We're here for the World League. I am Project Bloom, or Bloom, joined by the legendary Jake Lyons here, walking you through the games, walking you through the World League. But what is the World League for? What are we leading up to? We're leading up to the GeoGuessr World Cup this summer. We've already had 2 before it. Let's take a little look at a video about those past matches and this next upcoming World Cup.
Here's where it comes down to. Oh my god, I think Consus might be closer. Just by a hair.
Look, he's going Finland as well.
Both going Finland.
Is it come down this?
It's locked in.
Consus! Is he the winner?
Did he get it? Consus 748 damage, and he will win.
In a foreign country where he's not comfortable, Blinky knows it, headphones are coming off. It looks like we've got a new champion, Nobel laureate, the one who has unearthed the GeoGuessr World Cup Championship of 2024.
What a great little exciting video looking back at those past GeoGuessr World Cups. They're both so fun to be at, so fun to watch, I'm sure. And we have another one coming up, and tickets are now available. GeoGuessr World Cup 2025. This time in Copenhagen, Denmark. Should be really exciting. Go grab some tickets. We have a couple different ticket options. It's going to be a 2-day event. You can buy tickets to come to both days. You can buy tickets to come just to the last. You can get a community ticket, which is going to get you some perks, some events, things like that. Check them out. See if you want to come through. We'd love to have you there. It's going to be so exciting. 3,000 seat theater. 360 audience around the players. We haven't had that before, but I think it's going to work really well for GeoGuessr as an esport. I'm quite excited. Jake, any thoughts on that, on the World Cup?
I just can't wait. I mean, like you said, 360, we've never seen it. Copenhagen, new venue, and those first 2 World Cups were some of the best experiences I've ever had, so don't miss them. Buy your tickets now.
And speaking of these World Cup players, we have a match coming up with RC versus Blinky. These are our 2 top of the World League right now. Absolutely killing it. We are sure to see them on that main stage this summer in August. It's RC versus Blinky. These are arguably, or possibly not even arguably, 2 of the best players in the world. Maybe the 2 best players in the world. It's showing in the World League. It's showing in their games. We're seeing it every single week. This is almost impossible to predict.
Yeah, I think if you asked most people who the 2 best players in the world are, you'd probably get these 2 as the most common answers. I mean, they've been incredible so far. Blinky is undefeated. He hasn't lost a match yet. Radu's only lost 1. And very, very similar stats there. So this is, I mean, this is too hard to call. I have no idea how this is going to go, but it's going to be a blast.
We do see RC up there, first place with 36 points, but he has 14 matches. Blinky, 34 points in 12 matches. So close, but this could make a pretty big difference here if RC, for instance, were to take a 2-0, something like that. Should be intense. It should be pretty amazing. They're off to the races. They're off to moving. Let's see what happens. I cannot wait.
So both of them seeing a couple of signs. Radu has a pin down in Northern Ireland. Blinky saw a couple of signs that I imagine are going to tell him that it's certainly Northern Ireland. So unlikely to see too much difference here. Worth noting, last time I think that we saw these two face off was the semifinals of the 2023 World Cup, where it was a best of 5 and Blinky took it 3-2. And look at that, the 5K from Radu to start it off.
The 5K up against the 4999. 1 point. 1.
Showing off a little bit. They know it's round 1. They know that round's not going to make too much of a difference. So may as well try and find the pinpoint. And Radu doing a beautiful job.
RC gets it in there.
I thought it
round 2
could be... Yeah, okay, it's Hungary. It's oddly hilly for Hungary. Actually, a castle on the hill over there. I wonder, there are a few areas of Hungary that are hilly, but they're decently far from each other. So, we'll see what the players end up with. We'll see if they can find any info.
Yeah, nothing too much yet. I will say RC, Radu Goes Places on Instagram, put on a story today. People might be calling Vikings vs. Lions game of the century, but they don't know about me versus Blinky. And then he dropped the time. That's what I'm saying, though. This is a game of the century. This is a game of the Titans. Two of the best in the world. Getting the right lake there, but really not too much information to go off besides them recognizing the lake.
Yep. They didn't have much there. Just a bit of landscape. No place name clues, but again, pretty much immaculate region guesses from both of them. They are just so strong. Blinky, again, has not lost a moving game yet. He's 12 for 12 so far, and widely considered to be the best moving player in the world. But Radu is probably widely considered to be the best Ukraine player in the world, and we are in Ukraine, so we'll see if we can take some points off here.
Could be doable.
Blinky's got a spot he likes, though.
Wow.
Wow.
That's the
Oh my
5K.
goodness.
They're both just there. I mean, what can you even say?
Such a high level of gameplay. No information, by the way. They just
None.
knew the road. I mean, they just lined up the road and they knew the road. Like, they're just that good. Wow.
Yeah, what can even be said about that last round? I mean, what? No signs, no nothing.
I mean, the gameplay we saw when Blinky played Radu at the World Cup in 23 was some of the highest level gameplay we've ever seen. And now it's like a year and a half later. And it's like, imagine how much these players have improved since then. Again, like... Wow.
I mean, they're just both right there in the right town.
What are we seeing? Extraordinary.
I hope we get an NMPZ. I just hope we get as much excitement as possible.
It's like a southern Russia here.
You think there's any chance we get round 10 and both players are still above 4-9?
As in, like, 4,900?
I mean,
or...
sorry, 5-9 health.
Oh,
5,900. They're both on it round 5.
I'd be surprised, I'll be honest, but...
These would be the players to do it, though.
They would. If
These
anyone
would be the
could, it would be
players.
these guys. So
We'll
they're both
see if
just
they
scanning.
continue
I
to
mean,
get
they're
5Ks.
not doing a lot of moving. Blinky's found something he likes. Normally when Blinky locks in, it's bad news for the other player, but...
True, RC
Radu
needs to
moves.
follow.
He does move. We'll see what happens here.
Wow.
Blinky. Yep.
Wow. Alright, my prediction is not happening. That's 3,000 points of damage to RC. Blinky on 5,999. RC less than half health now.
And that's huge with how consistent Blinky is in moving. I mean, Radu's going to have to hope for some tough rounds if he wants to get these points back, because Blinky is not often going to give up this many points.
Round 6. 3.5 times damage. Can RC make a comeback right here, right now?
Blinky's
We're on
got a
Italy.
sign. Trento. He knows what that is, of course. It's a large city in northern Italy. It's a pretty big province. He's looking probably for the provincial road right now. And he just decides to send it in. But Radu, I mean, he'll probably know it's the Alps. I don't think he'll lose, but he may lose some more points here.
What a good region guess with
Guess
no
is
sign.
so good anyway.
Wow!
Look at that.
He moves it right to Trento and he didn't even have a sign.
Look at that.
Wow. Look at that. He ends
doesn't
up
even need the
being a
info.
little tiny closer without even any info. 49 points.
It's just amazing the level of these two players, honestly.
It's unbelievable. We go to round 7. Can this go the distance?
New Zealand here. Little sign. These sometimes have info, but it looks like that one was not very helpful.
RC with a zoom near Wellington here, southern North Island of New Zealand. Blinky moving around as fast as he can, trying to find some signs. RC seems to be opting for just saying, you know what, I don't think I'm going to find anything. I'm going to make a region guess because I can. I'm so good at no move. I'm just going to region guess this. Plonks it in. Blinky to follow sort of nearby.
Yep. Pretty similar guesses, but still different. Oh my gosh.
RC, what is that region guess? No info. Makes a pretty decent comeback. Blinky still does have a lead here, but it's a little more even now. This is where RC wants to be.
If anything, that's the way to do it against Blinky. Blinky's so good at finding and using info that if you feel like you have a decent idea of the region, you may as well just send the guess in. And Radu's better at that than pretty much anybody else. This looks like another Russia, though. Possibly. Again, especially urban Russia is even harder than rural Russia most of the time, so this could honestly end the game for either player.
Blinky with a sign here.
Novo Nikolaevka, Akiat. I don't know what those towns are. I'm not sure Blinky does either.
If Jake doesn't know him, it's very possible Blinky doesn't. The timer's running out.
Oh my gosh, Radu hasn't found anything, so he's just gonna have to region guess based off the antenna.
Yeah, you see him starting to play at no
likely
move.
game. He's.
Oh, this is a big
Charlie
difference.
Vince.
Oh, this is a big
Blinky's an
difference. Oh, he just tried to move it last second.
He tried
no,
to
but
move,
Oh,
and
but
it-
it ends up working.
Oh.
Where he stayed
God.
will win him the game.
He tried to move to where Blinky was.
They would have been on top of each other, but instead he couldn't get the move in time, and he actually wins the game off that first guess.
Wow, Blinky loses a moving game for the first time in the World League.
That
It's his
is
13th
insane.
moving game and his first loss.
That's unreal.
And honestly, you have to say that in terms of comparative advantage, I think that moving is Blinky's strongest mode against Radu. So Radu has to be feeling pretty good about where he stands, having won the moving game.
Oh, no move now. Blinky's got an 83% win rate, and RC's got an 85. So
Wow.
that's so unreal. And that's why RC just even that 2% more, because he's making guesses like that. This might be RC's matchup.
How is he casually just getting the right province on that? That's insane. That's so insane. Oh my. And now we've got US, which is Radu's one of his strongest countries. Looks like we're on a university campus. Is it legible? Radu?
Ooh, I
Looks
don't
like you see
know.
what I can't see what it is because the screen is small for me.
Blinky
I
locking
don't.
in
Yeah, I wish I
Indiana.
knew.
Yeah, our
what
screens are not big
they
enough.
saw.
Maybe they can read that. RC in Indianapolis too, so. Oh, he switches
Muncie Ball
over.
State. Is that what it is? It's Ball State. Yep.
Looks like it is. RC laughing at himself a little bit there. I don't know why, but 4998.
He might have misremembered what state Ball State was in, so he was looking at Ohio first, and maybe he was just chuckling at himself, like,
Yeah.
glad that he
Glad he got
did
it.
that wrong.
Last second. Going around 3 now. Appears to be a what is this? A turkey by the looks of it? Yeah.
Yep. Pressure is on Blinky right now. Behind not only in this game, but in the match. Again, both players very likely to reach the World Cup anyway, regardless of how this match goes, but this is just like... This is just the highest level gameplay we're going to see pretty much in the entirety of these 21 weeks. Similar guesses here. I think a bit more east.
Yeah, shouldn't be too much. Kind of right there, similar region guess. Barcy a little bit closer, holds us flawless, taking us to round 4. Blinky now on 4,351 health.
Norway. And we've mentioned before, Norway can be a really tough country to region guess, north to south. Because it can look so similar along that coast in those fjord areas. But, yeah, I mean, this round could have big implications.
Definitely could. RC yet to open the map. Blinky has zoomed in quick. Kind of just center of the country there. Very central. Will RC follow? He follows a little farther north by the looks of it. Not too much farther, though. He likes a road by the looks of it as well. Kind of lining it up if he can. The E6. Blinky on the E6 as well, though. They're just on a little bit different parts of it.
I think they're pretty close to each other here. Blinky trying to find the 5K, but there's so many possibilities. It's going to be hard to do that.
Wow,
Oh
they
my.
ended up being right on top of each other, but it's farther north. That's 28 points down to RC's health. Well, quick level 28.
But amazing how they're just on the exact same wavelength there. They just... same road, same exact idea. It's just, yeah. It's amazing how in sync they are and just how consistent they're able to be. This
Round
is
5.
odd, though. This is Indonesia, I think, but it's strange. We have some sort of government building, but this all looks very sort of... All the trees look very planted, all the developments look fairly new, if anything, but it's an unusual landscape, which is going to make it really tough to region guess.
Yeah, this is quite a hard one. We have RC zooming in on Sumba. Wow.
Wow. Sumba is interesting. It's a risk for sure. I don't know. I mean, I could see Blinky going somewhere completely different here. He's got 5 seconds. He hasn't even zoomed in. And
Oh, he's in
Yeah,
Sumatra.
I mean,
3 times damage. Oh, it's just East Kalimantan.
wow.
Neither player very happy with that. RC just a little closer, but not even really. It does get him the points, but both guesses pretty far from the actual location, and we take us to round 6. 3.5 times damage now.
I mean, that location was all but impossible. Like,
So hard.
if you're just in a general rural landscape, it's usually more region guessable, but all of that was so sort of planted, kind of new development kind of stuff, that it's like pretty much impossible to tell where you are.
Extremely difficult, yeah. This a little bit easier, actually, surprisingly, just because landscape and things like that are much easier to go off of, in a sense,
Yep.
than stuff like that. So both players close to each other, Northern Chile, but Blinky, what a guess.
What? Oh my gosh.
guess.
How does he know the road on a round like that? It's just some tiny white road and he's just on it. But again, Radu's guess is so good, it doesn't even matter. He only
Yeah.
lost like 300 points. Australia. Is this Tasmania ever? That was my thought. Yep.
RC going Tasmania quick here. Blinky yet to open. We'll see if he follows suit.
Very typical.
Oh, he doesn't.
Oh, boy.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wait.
Wow.
4 times
risk from
damage. The game ends right there. RC 2-0's Blinky.
Wow. Huge result. I mean, Blinky took a risk there. I think he knew that Tasmania was possible, but he figured, you know, he figured he wanted to shake it up. Maybe it was a weird round in a weird place, and, you know, he took a risk. But Radu just so good. So good. We've seen it week in, week out. Same with Blinky, but, I mean, you never know. It's just a toss-up between those two guys, and Radu just playing absolutely flawlessly. Incredible gameplay. Takes a moving game off Blinky for the first time, and takes it 2-0 in one of the biggest matches of the World League.
Unbelievable. So happy we got to watch that. The level of play between those two players is just so unreal. And it was a very close game. Seriously impressive guesses from both players. RC ends up taking it. Wow. Cannot believe that's how it goes down. Maybe that's indicative of what we're going to see in August. Get your tickets, guys. But that's not it. We got Consus vs. Trichter coming up next. This one should also be a pretty exciting one. I won't lie. Consus has been playing out of his mind. This is the first ever GeoGuessr World Cup winner from 2023. Has not lost a match yet versus Trichter, who's an insane player too and hasn't really been getting the results he's looking for, the results he wanted, and maybe the results that were expected of him as well. So this one will be quite exciting too.
Yeah, worth noting that these two players have 2 of the longest average guess times of any player. Both of these players, more than just about anyone else, love to take their time. But yeah, as you said, Consus is undefeated, and now he is our only remaining undefeated player after Blinky lost that match to Radu. Trichter, meanwhile, like you said, maybe a little bit underperforming so far. He would certainly tell you that, and especially he's won only 1 game out of 6 in NMPZ. And NMPZ is considered by many to be his strongest mode, so that is definitely a big surprise.
The players get started and moving. They're off on a Japan round.
Japan rounds, a lot of players, well, there's a lot of clues that you can get in Japan, but area codes, pole plates, etc. That looks like a Kyushu plate that Trichter sees, but Consus has a better sign towards Fukuoka and Saga. And I think he actually got Kratsooo Station. Okay, so he's clicked in Kratsooo. So Consus has the town here. Trichter, hopefully for his sake, at least has the region, and he does.
Yeah, he does. That's a great region guess. But Consus is just on it.
Beautiful start for Consus. Again, Trichter doing well using those region-specific clues that you get so often in Japan to figure out that it was Kyushu. So, with 1x damage, was never going to mean too much, but again, maybe that's an indication of things to come.
Yeah, lovely little 4993 to start at the game for Consus. Going into round 2 on an Indonesia by the looks of it.
Yeah, the pole looks to me like North Sumatra. We have that pole you see on Trichter's screen. But even within North Sumatra, I mean, it's a pretty big province. If you find a Kabupaten in a regency, you can narrow it down even further, and presumably that's what both players are looking for here.
See if I can find it. Less than 20 seconds left now on the clock. Not a lot to go.
Wow, there's a sign there, but it's so
yeah, faded. So faded. Very faded sign there for Trichter. Not going to be helpful.
Yep, both just going to go in the mountains of North Sumatra, which I think is a very good guess. Yep.
Makes sense. Consus ends up being a little closer once again.
Yeah, we see that consistency from Consus. We saw it in the first match of the day as well. He really does not give you much. Oh my, what is this? Rural Russia. This could be very consequential.
Yeah, this could be big points. Not much to go off of, no signs yet. Trichter kind of looking around, taking it in. Consus moving quick.
Yep, Consus doing a lot more moving here. Again, Trichter is definitely a less of a moving player than Consus is, so it makes sense that his strategy is more to just kind of look around and take it slow. But we'll see if Consus can get to anything, or if they're just both going to have to vibe guess this. Arkhangelsk for Trichter, which I like a lot. Komi is also possible, which is that other area that he's looking at right now, thinking of switching to. Consus has not zoomed yet. He's got 2 seconds, and he also goes Arkhangelsk. And Komi it is.
Just farther east. Consus still holding full health, though.
Yeah, definitely some points on offer there. I mean, if one player had been on it, it could have taken up to 4,000 points off the other. But yeah, tough. That tough part of Russia, very difficult to tell apart one area from the other, especially with no signage. So at the end of the day, still very good guesses from both.
We're going to round 4 in a France here. We have some signs there, actually, finally, from Consus, but shouldn't be too big. We see a French D road. Those roads do repeat throughout the country, so...
One of the town names is sur le Loire, which is a river that is knowable, although it doesn't look like Consus is able to use that. So it's a river in somewhat central France. I think pretty close to where both of them are scanning right now.
Yeah, he's trying to find something if he can, but nothing popping out.
Yeah. I think Consus guessed probably a little bit better here. Oh, Trichter moved down, so I think they're quite close. Yeah.
Great guesses from both. 58.
Yep. You see Trichter? Yeah, I don't know. I mean, anyway, France, one of the best ways to learn France can be to learn certain major rivers, because so many towns and departments and things are named after the rivers. This looks almost familiar, but I would guess that this is Kyzyl, which is the capital of the Tuva Republic, but it might just be a small town. But it kind of looks similar to a round that we've had before in one of the other matches.
Trichter seems possibly pretty confident.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely like the Tuva guess, and I thought maybe it was a larger city, but now it's definitely looking like it could just be a small town, and they're both zooming in on the exact same place.
Wow. What in the world? They're both on the exact same roundabout right now.
They're right, too, I think. This looks... I mean, the road angle, the roundabout looks correct. Maybe. Although... We'll see. Because Trichter's considering Kyzyl, but it looks like he will not make the switch.
Yeah, they're both gonna commit, and they both are on it. The double 5K round 5.
Yep. Beautiful job from both. First of all, I mean, you're not going to find that if you don't already have a really good region guess. So knowing the area in the first place, and then scanning for the road line, or the road angle rather, and finding it is just, yeah, impeccable gameplay from both players. So well done.
What a round. Round 6 now. South Africa, 3.5 times damage. It's a pretty big country, and they're on different sides of it right now. Consus moving closer to where Trichter is now, though.
There was a kilometer marker that had a road number on it. I think it said N4, which is the road that Trichter zoomed in on right now. I don't remember if Consus saw the kilometer marker or not, but I mean, it says N4 quite clearly, so that tells you that you're on National Road 4. I don't know if Consus saw it or not, but if he didn't, this could be pretty big for Trichter.
Oh, he's on the floor.
Okay.
There are different parts of it, though, if I'm... Nope, they're pretty close to each other, actually.
Pretty similar areas.
Yeah.
Trichter's moving close to Botswana, though.
Wow, it is farther west.
Wow.
Trichter breaks the Consus flawless as we go on to round 7. It's a very close game now.
Yep, so both knowing the road, but, you know, knowing what part of the road you're on is a whole different deal. So, without town names, it can be very difficult to narrow down. That plate looked like an Illinois plate to me, but I only got a quick look at it. Historic route, what does that say? I don't know. It say Lincoln something?
Yeah, I was trying to read that too.
I mean, Lincoln could... I mean, land of Lincoln, it could indicate Illinois. But I've never seen those signs before.
Trichter did just assume Illinois here. Constantly has to open the map.
Area code for Trichter, although I'd be surprised if he knows them. Most players don't. Consus just poking it down the road, but I don't think he's found much this entire round.
Trichter kind
Yellow
of playing
plate,
it
what is that?
move. Oh, yellow plate.
Why is there a yellow plate? That's weird.
We have an Iowa here from Consus and an Illinois. Neighboring states, but could be some points here. It's northern Illinois.
Pretty fortunate for Consus there that it ended up being north, because, yeah, if that was central or south, that would have been major damage.
Yeah, it could have been way worse. Trichter now has the lead going into round 8.
Urban Brazil, here we go again. Question is, can they find an area code? That's always the question with these rounds.
It's the most helpful thing you can find. If you're on a more rural road, there can be some helpful signs that could give you the state sometimes, little abbreviation and the number of the road you're on, but within a town, you're gonna want that code, that phone code. Maybe there's some phones there.
Not sure there were numbers, but I don't think they had codes. But the players are in pretty different areas here, so if somebody finds something, it could be game. But it looks like neither one has. Does Trichter have a code there? I'm not sure. Does Consus? Oh my gosh, Consus might have one. They're both in RGDS though.
Are they both
Wait,
there?
did Trichter find the town? No, he didn't.
Consus is closer. That's 1900 damage. Consus takes back the lead.
I'm kind of curious because Trichter at the end zoomed into a very specific town, and I'm not really sure what made him do that. What made him think it was exactly that area, but
He might have been trying
either
to
way,
line up a
Consus
grid or
takes the lead back.
something.
Yeah, possibly. This looks like a Peru. Trichter zooming in on a very specific valley here. Wait, does that say IC on the... That doesn't mean Ica, does it? I wonder. That's interesting, because that kilometer marker had the letters IC on it, which I've never seen before, but...
Interesting.
Probably doesn't mean anything. Trichter, he's not really moving much. He's kind of just scanning around, looking at valleys, maybe trying to line it up. But at the end of the day, this is just going to come down to a region guess. Trichter's a bit more north, but they're both pretty far north.
Trichter doesn't look very happy with himself right now. You see that right there at the end? Seems maybe he realized it was farther south and wasn't too happy.
So, was that Ica? Because... is that what IC meant? Because that might have been Ica province. So...
Definitely possible.
That's interesting. It didn't... Yeah, it looked... I mean, if anything, it looked more north to me as well, but... I wonder if that was
maybe
a little bit of a missed opportunity for Consus with that kilometer marker.
Round 10 now. We're on our 10-round limit. This is it. Consus with a massive lead. And it appears we're in Hungary, so Trichter makes just a quick guess. Probably can't make the points back there, and Consus even still gets closer. 5.5 times damage. Wins that game. We move on to no moving.
So unfortunate for Trichter. You hate to see a game end like that. I mean, feels like he's still in the game, but then it's round 10 and he gets a small country where no matter where he is, there's no way for him to make the points back up, and that's a tough feeling for him. But I also think Trichter probably expected to lose to Consus in moving. Again, we talked already about how strong Consus's moving record has been, so Trichter just needs to lock in this next game and see if he can bring it back.
Definitely doable. Definitely doable. I'm gonna go on to no move. Let's take a look at some stats of these players on no move, actually. Consus with a 72% win rate right now on no move. Trichter Looking at only 44% win rate, no move. He's gonna want to change that stat right here, right now. We'll see if he can.
But again, with these players too, their average guess time, not only is it very long for both, but their longest average guess time is in no move for both players. So we see that again. It's really interesting that even more so than moving, the players just really like to take it all in.
We get started. Round 1. No multis yet. They get one 360 panorama. They can zoom around, but they cannot move up and down the road anymore.
Tricky round 1 here. I think it's Latin America, but
yeah, hard.
Hard to tell what we're looking at here. I thought it could be Peru or Colombia. The plate's white, so I don't think Colombia is likely. Oh wait, no, there's a poll.
I think I go Colombia. Poll. Yeah.
There is a Colombian poll. Sorry, yeah, all the cars that I could see had white plates, but yeah.
I was just gonna say, I think Colombia, regardless of the plates, it looks too much.
Right, it
like
looks
Colo.
so much like Colombia. I thought it could be like weird North Peru, like with some strange architecture, but yeah.
Trichter. Great guess there, just central. Great way to start the no move game after losing moving.
Yeah, this is, again, big game for Trichter. He does not want to lose 2-0. He wants to at least get it to the NMPZ, where, again, NMPZ is the mode where Trichter normally feels the most comfortable, even if it hasn't quite panned out for him so far in the World League.
Got a Panama quick zoom from both players. I think Trichter's farther west. Yeah, Trichter farther west.
Yeah, you do get a lot of mountainous coverage towards the west of the country, so I definitely understand the guess from Trichter. Consus considering it, and he is now moving a little bit. Consus locks it in. Trichter maybe thinking going even a little more west.
I don't think we'll see too
east.
much. I don't know. He just leaves it where it was. Consus a little closer, but really not too many points. Just 345. Trichter's still going to have a lead there as we go into round 3.
Okay. Looks like Indonesia. Consus is one of the best Indonesia players in the world. Worth noting. Not the country you want to see if you're against him.
But a hard round.
Yeah, these Indonesia rounds have been really tricky. West Sumatra I like with these polls, but I'm wondering if it could be like a West Kalimantan or something like that. Because the landscape, yeah, it's so almost too flat for West Sumatra.
Yeah, this is weird. Trichter staying there, though. Trichter staying West Sumatra. Putting a guess in. Consus following Sumatra. Will he follow West Sumatra? Let's see.
He's
going to go Riau.
Okay, he's going Riau. Interesting with these polls, but yeah, I don't know.
It's just in between them.
Riau. Okay.
It's Riau.
Consus knows his stuff much more than me, that's for sure. Again, like we said, one of the best Indonesia players in the world. Wouldn't bet against him.
Yeah, it'd be tough to. Trichter still in the lead, though. We go round 4.
This looks like a Brazil. Again, another country with major implications. Big country, big points.
Big country, big points, Jake.
What do we see here?
There's
kind
so
of
little to go off of.
Flat, not very vegetated landscape. I don't mind Mato Grosso, which is where Trichter is currently zoomed.
Consus too.
Yep.
Both in Mato Grosso. Trichter no pin down yet, but thinking Mato Grosso.
Yeah, definitely a reasonable landscape for Mato Grosso. I like the guess. Consus seeing if he can line up the road. Imagine.
Imagine the 5K right now. Would be...
looks like we won't see much damage done.
Yeah. They're just right there on top of each other. It's just north. Consus is a little closer. He could possibly take the lead here. Nope. Just
Nearly.
evens it out. What a close game we have now. Players right on top of each other. 4,963, 5,003. Round 5. 3 times damage on an India.
India, yep.
This could be big country, big points, Jake.
It sure could. Got
So
some
little
mountains
to
in
go
the
off.
distance. Again, we're getting India Gen 4 soon, from what I
Yeah.
hear. But for
Inside
now,
scoop.
we have the bad camera, which doesn't make anything easier. It's a very tough country to region guess.
Yeah, there's so little to
Players-
go off of right now.
Taking their time, trying to figure this out. But again, this kind of just looks like fairly generic as India goes. Wouldn't be surprised if they just click towards the middle. Looks like Trichter's a bit more south right now.
Wow, Consus moves it a little more central. Maharashtra. Trichter's farther east, though. Consus, what a guess from Consus. Round 5. That deals a huge blow to Trichter.
That's a great guess from Consus again. So little to go off of in that round. Just a general landscape, some mountains in the distance, but so impressive. Is there anything legible on that sign? I'm not sure. My first thought here is maybe Sumatra again.
Lots of Sumatra today. Here we do get another Indonesia by the looks of it. The architecture, the language, the foliage, all very Indonesian looking.
Wait, he was zooming into
Consus just
Peru.
had
I
a little.
nearly had a dude. What?
He had a little. He had a little moment. It happens.
That
it happens.
roof on Consus' screen. That you see that roof just straight to the
Yes.
south. That roof specifically. That sort of. I don't know how to describe it, but that roof design is very Sumatra in particular. So I like Sumatra based on that.
Get a guess him, Trichter. Get a guess him. He goes Cali. Oh no!
Oh my God, Consus.
Consus, what in the world did you just do? Right on it. Trichter looks shocked there. He takes the game. Consus 2-0's Trichter. Wow. What in the world?
I mean, like we said, Consus in Indonesia is extraordinary. He's so good. One of the best in the world. And Consus remains undefeated. So he is still our only undefeated player in the league. And just dominant performance there in both moving and no move. Just, yeah, showing why he's right at the top of the table.
Yeah.
Well, near it at least.
Well, we can take a look at what else went down in the time slot. The 89 got a 2-1 over Kratsooo. Gingi got the 2-0 over Swan Gambit. And Rix got a 2-1 against Ocean Man. Good stuff. And we saw that 2-0 RC versus Blinky earlier, which was unbelievable. What a great slot.
Yeah, some amazing matches. Kratsooo, again, he took another loss, but he didn't take the 0 points. He got 1, which once again, it's like every point you can get matters. And it's like you'd much rather lose 2-1 than 2-0. So, you know, he'll still feel okay about where he is, but again, still a lot further to climb for Kratsooo, I think. And then I think it was Rix with a... Gosh.
Rix
I don't remember.
2-1.
Did he win?
Man.
He won?
Yeah.
Yep. So,
yeah, that's big. That's big for him, for sure. But guys, that's it for this slot. Be sure to stay tuned for the next. In the meantime, though, just a little reminder about the World Cup coming up this summer, guys. Get your tickets, geoguessr.com/World Cup. You can see all the info about the World League, everything you need to know coming up for the World Cup. Grab the tickets. We'd love to see you there. After this break, we have Ocean Man versus Malfunction. Gonna be a short little break. We're gonna come back. We're gonna see this matchup. It should be quite exciting. Ocean Man coming off that loss, so we'll see what happens here. It should be a fun moving match. Both these players pretty good at moving, so will be fun. Guys, stay tuned. We'll see you after the break.
thanks, GeoGuessr, for letting me become part of your world so quickly, and that I got a chance to see Blinky lift the trophy after that insane grand final. It was an experience I'll never forget. So now, with 2025 right around the corner, I have an idea.
Now, don't get me wrong, I love Sweden. We've already had the World Cup there twice. GeoGuessr 2025 World Cup. Denmark. So to all you GeoGuessr fans out there, let me show you what Copenhagen has to offer. Fancy architecture. Easy to recognize signs. We have historic buildings. Red roads. A royal family. World-class dining. A super cool theme parks. We got the best beer in the world. Presumably. So, when you're done exploring the city, when you've tasted all the varieties of smørrebrød and you've found out the true meaning of hygge, we'll meet here.
Where Winston Churchill laid the foundation of what would become the European Union.
Long live the cause of freedom.
Where big-time artists like Rolling Stones, Louis Armstrong, and the Beatles have performed.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I welcome you to Copenhagen and the KB Hall, the venue of the 2025 GeoGuessr World Cup Finals. Oh, and there will be a bar.
Welcome back, people, to the GeoGuessr World League. We are on our third slot of the day. I am your host, Project Bloom, also known as Bloom, joined by the legendary Jake Lyons, as always. Jake, from vacation today, which is fun. Yep. Got the new background, but we're here to walk you through the games. Nothing will keep us from it, and we're getting right into our next. It's gonna be Ocean Man versus Malfunction. This one should be a good one. I'm pretty hyped. Jake, talk to me about this matchup.
Should be a great one. I think that Malfunction so far has not done quite as well as she wants, especially in the moving games. She's one of the best moving players in the world, without a doubt, but her success so far in moving and it overall has been pretty mixed. But definitely looking to get back on track. And Ocean Man, honestly, has probably performed a lot better than a lot of us expected him to do. I think he's done a lot of grinding recently. We see very similar stats from both players here, which should make for a really even match.
Yeah, I think so. Ocean Man sitting in 12th right now, Malfunction in 34th. Ocean Man has played 4 more matches, though, so with the same amount of matches, Malfunction could be a lot higher on the leaderboard. So we'll see how she does here. Should be a good one. I think it'll be fun to watch. They're off to the races. Ocean Man, Malfunction, round 1, moving.
Let's see what we got. Urban round here. It wouldn't shock me if the players get some good info. But it's all about what signs you look at.
We'll see what they can find. I think both are going in a similar direction.
That said, let's make Nairobi work on Ocean Man's screen, so it's probably just in or around Nairobi, which makes sense given how built up it looks. Yeah, you got that skyline over there. This has to be Nairobi.
Makes sense. Maybe they can line up a bit of the skyline if they know anything, but we'll see.
Again, in a dual format, you know, this around like this is never going to make any real difference, but we'll see if somebody can find the 5K.
Ocean Man gets the guess in quick. And he is a little closer. He is a little closer, but really not too many points there. Quick little 30.
Yeah, Malfunction thinking it might have been that yellow road a bit more north, but Ocean Man just clicking downtown worked out for him. But again, that round pretty much inconsequential compared to whatever we have coming up.
Yeah, whatever this is right now, round 2. Concrete Road.
Imagine Philippines here.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that would make the most sense, I think, but we'll see. Ocean Man got over to a dirt part of the road, and now he's just opting to look around as if it's a no moving round.
Yeah, Malfunction doing a little bit more moving, but both players just kind of when you can't fast move, the moving is just so much more slow. So it definitely hinders some players' ability to get to info in time when they're not able to use that functionality. Ooh, is that a sign for Ocean Man? It is. What does it say?
Do we have anything?
ZN. ZN is Zamboanga del Norte, surely.
Oh, does he
province.
know? Does he know?
Nope. Oh, he does. Did he switch?
Did he switch last second? He did! Great guess there from Ocean Man. Keeping it flawless, dealing 1,300 damage.
So that was just a case of maybe a little bit of luck for Ocean Man in that case, going the right direction, finding the sign. Malfunction did not find any information, so not much that she could do about that. But nice job from Ocean Man. I'm not sure if it was the city or the province that he ended up finding, but either way, very well played.
Round 3 now. We move on to Japan by the looks of it.
Yep. Ocean Man had a Chubu plate on the pole, which means we'll be in the Chubu region, which is kind of central Japan. A couple town names for Malfunction. I don't know if she knows them. She's currently just in Nagoya, which is certainly a reasonable place to be guessing.
The road numbers could be findable too, but it would definitely take some scanning. Those city names are probably going to be more worth looking for, but we'll see if anything gets found here. Ocean Man yet to find a better sign.
I think Toyohashi is knowable. I've heard of it, but I can't place it. But they're both... Oh, Toyohashi's down there, yeah, to the southeast of Ocean Man. So, ooh, he switched though.
Wow.
Yeah. Malfunction ended up finding
Malfunction.
Toyohashi.
Yeah, Ocean Man did not have a sign with Toyohashi on it. He had one at one point, but only had one town name and the 28. Malfunction had a much better sign with a lot more information.
And this could be another North Russia here. We saw one earlier with, I think, Consus and Trichter. Landscape looks similar, although, again, there are a few areas in Russia that are really far away from each other that can look pretty much the same, so hard to say for sure where we'll be here.
There's a little bit of a sign there from Ocean Man, but seems like it's probably pointing to something pretty small. That's a bigger one.
That could be something. Is that bilingual?
I think it might be.
I wonder. If it's a bilingual sign, that would probably put them in either like Bashkortostan or Tatarstan, but it's not what I thought it was.
Whoa, we have huge.
So Malfunction's in Yakutsk right now, so this is huge.
I mean, this is game. This is just it. Oh, wow, it's far north. Will that be enough? 2.5 times damage? It is. Ocean Man wins on round 4 and moving. Wow.
Wow. Yeah, that's Russia for you. I mean, Ocean Man had a sign, wasn't able to use it anyway. Malfunction, I don't think, had a sign at any point. So it's kind of tough. Like, you know, for somebody who's so strong in moving and so good at finding information and using information, it's really tough when a moving game, which is, you know, it feels like that's what the mode is supposed to test. It's really tough when that just doesn't pop up and it effectively is a no moving round. Definitely an unfortunate break for Malfunction there.
Yeah, definitely not what you wanted to see. A bummer, to say the least. We do move on now. We're on no moving. The players now cannot move up and down the road. They get one 360 panorama. That's it. They can zoom in from that, as you can see, but that's really it. That's really it. This is what we got. This is what the players get. This is what we get to see.
Yeah, rural Brazil
20
here.
seconds. Yeah, rural Brazil, less than 20 seconds. Ocean Man, far west Rondonia.
I don't hate the guess. Although Malfunction with a very different idea, going more central.
Wow,
An easy one
yeah.
to call.
Very different guesses for the first round of the game here. And it's Roraima.
Roraima. Oh my gosh.
Far north. Neither player very close, but still about 500 points of damage down in Malfunction's health.
Yep. Well, tough round shows how difficult Brazil can be. I don't think I would have been a Roraima on that round either, so I
Yeah, me
totally
neither.
understand. South Africa here with these yellow outer lines and white center line. Very typical of Southern Africa. Definitely possible the players could get the road here. There aren't that many major roads in the western part of South Africa. So we'll see what they can do.
Malfunction, quick lock. Ocean Man needs to follow. He does have a guess down here on the 14. He is on the right road. What a guess there from Ocean Man. 1,000 points of damage now added to Malfunction.
Ocean Man out for
flawless.
blood.
Yeah.
After
Ocean
losing
Man.
to Rickson in the previous match. He says, I'm done with that.
Done with that. No
Back to winning
more.
ways right now.
Back to the surprise factor he's been bringing to this World League so far. Performing better than many people thought. You could even say he's making waves in the World League.
Well played.
Thank you.
So Malfunction now in Colombia. She first zoomed into Southeast Asia. I do prefer Colombia. I think it's a really strange round, but the fences and things. Brazil could work too, though.
Yeah, this is interesting. Ocean Man staying Brazil, Malfunction staying Colombia. This is 2 times damage now in round 3, so could see some pretty big points. But Ocean Man is
I don't
in
mind
Roraima.
Roraima at all. I mean, with this like grassy flat landscape and red soil, I could see either one, honestly. Great
Oh, it
guess
is
from Malfunction.
Colombia. Ocean Man not happy with that at all. 4,000 damage puts Ocean Man on 1,880 health. Wow.
Wow, that's really impressive for Malfunction. It's a great guess. After, you know, a pretty frustrating start to this match, that's pulling it back in a big way. Ukraine here. Both players will know. Red car is indicative of Ukraine, but it's all about the region guess.
And Malfunction.
again.
Crazy.
Could that be it?
Oh, it's not it, but Ocean Man just barely alive now.
Wow. Malfunction just, I don't know, something activated, and then she's just like, all right, I'm no more messing around. This is my match. So, let's see if she can close this out.
Yeah, we'll see. It's right after we were hyping up Ocean Man. Malfunction makes the big comeback.
Malia, oh my.
Wow.
Really?
Oh, I kind of like it.
I don't know.
I don't know. I like it. I like it for the commit, and it's right.
It is. Wow. What a guess.
Wow.
What a guess. Wow.
What a way to take
I don't
us to
think I would have had the confidence.
NMPZ. Yeah.
Wow. No,
Crazy.
incredible from Malfunction, and deserving victory on a round like that. Just that's a gutsy send. I mean, that honestly, Malia is just, it's a very small area with a small amount of coverage, and I don't know. I mean, you got to know the coverage, and you got to learn it. You got to learn what it looks like. But that one, to me, looked like it could definitely just be mainland Spain. So that's an awesome guess.
For those who don't know, there are two tiny little sections of the African continent that Spain owns that do have Google coverage. They're right there on that north coast, and Malfunction knew it, recognized it.
So we get the NMPZ now. Again, Malfunction losing the mode where she probably feels the most confident, but then rebounding in a big way in the no move.
Yeah, very impressive no-move game there from Malfunction. Now she's confident NMPZ, guessing first against Ocean Man. Ocean Man needs to follow. Oh, wow. South Africa. Both players in Argentina.
Wow.
I barely looked at the round because they both were so confident. I was like, oh, sure, yeah,
right.
Argentina. Sure.
I mean, I didn't look that closely at it either, but, I mean, Argentina, from what I saw, looked like a perfectly reasonable guess. That's a crazy round. Wow. So it looks like Europe, although again, it's not that clear.
What's interesting is both of these players on NMPZ have right around a 20-second average guess time, which is so different from their guess times in other game modes. So you see, just there, Malfunction getting on in at around the 25-second mark, but not locking it. They are taking their time on this one particularly, but they get him in. It is Poland. Malfunction. 1,800 damage.
Really nice guess on a round that had very, very little to go off of. Just a few trees, road lines. Really nice job getting the country from Malfunction there. This one does look like Asia. I do like Malaysia here. I think that makes a lot of sense. And yep, same idea. Oh my gosh.
Malfunction is on it right now.
Wow. I don't know what got into Malfunction, but she is on fire right now.
On fire. NMPZ, no move, pan, zoom, one still, singular image. This is it. This is all they get, and Malfunction is popping off. Round 4, 2.5 times damage right now.
What is this? It's just a construction site. Ocean Man locking Sri Lanka. I mean, maybe there's a circular palm tree that could work, but like, it's just a construction site. It's really hard for me to tell anything about this.
I don't mind the Shri.
And
Malfunction follows. Ocean Man is closer. That's a bit of a comeback for the mental. 920 points. Nothing too crazy, but he's staying alive.
You know, I think the polls probably were maybe a bit more visible to the players than they were to us, but either way, I mean, that was a deceptively difficult round, so nicely done by both. Is this in Mexico? Malfunction just insta-sending middle. Again, we see the quick guess times in the NPZ coming into play here. Very similar from Ocean Man.
Yeah, very similar. Malfunction is closer, though. Just going to keep chipping away that damage to Ocean Man's health. He's sitting at 2,300 now. Malfunction, 5K.
But that can all change in one round.
The multis
like
are
a
getting
US
high enough.
round.
Yeah.
This is probably what Ocean Man wants to see, if anything. He's a good US player.
He's very good.
And this is not easy.
Both players with the IRL zoom right now. Get as close to the monitor as you can. What can you see? Locks it in. Malfunction locks it in. Ocean Man to follow. Kentucky, maybe, by the looks of it. No, he's going Indiana. He is a little closer. Nobody too close, but that's still going to be 1,800 damage with 3.5 times multi, and that's slightly closer guess.
That brings him within reach for sure. And another one. This one could possibly be Canada, I'm not sure. But another one that's, I think, an area of the world Ocean Man probably feels more comfortable in.
The IRL zoom's coming in. What can they see? Round 7, 4 times damage. We have an Alberta and Ocean Man following with an Alberta Sask sort of border guess. Possibly, that's where he's zoomed. So pretty similar guesses here, actually. I do really like it for what this looks like. Oh, wait. Debating the US. Oh,
Wow.
and she stays. That's going to be helpful. But 4 times damage. That's a decent hit there. Ocean Man now takes the lead as we go into round 8.
3 rounds to go. Malfunction was considering going like Dakota's there. Happy she didn't stick with that idea, but what is this? Oh,
Wow,
my.
round 8. It's difficult. Neither player looks too happy about this. That look on Ocean Man's face. We have a Columbia from Malfunction.
Columbia.
Ocean Man, you have to open the map. Oh no, Ocean Man looks stressed. Stress is getting to him. NMPZ, this is it.
so
This is
hard.
it. This is it. This will decide the game. Ocean Man, you got 30 seconds left. Malfunction seems relatively confident right now on the country. Ocean Man, not. She locks it in.
goes.
She locks it in. The pressure's on. Ocean Man's got to follow. He goes Indonesia. These are different sides of the world. Oh, and it's Thailand.
Is it enough? It
It's
is. Wow.
enough. What in the world? Oh my! Ocean Man takes the 2-1 off of that crazy hard final round. Ends up being in Thailand, but Ocean Man in the right part of the world winning the game. He does put on the classic Ocean Man hat.
You gotta
there.
love the hat.
You gotta love the hat. You gotta see the Ocean Man hat. I don't think he wears it during the game, so he might not be allowed to, but gotta throw it on afterwards, especially for the win. So, a lovely game. And it's
He's
not,
probably allowed
yeah.
to, but I think it's just like a Lend-Lease sunglasses kind of thing, you know. The hat, we only see the hat when he wins.
Yeah, it might be better, you know. Save it, play your match, then you get the dub. You just get to put on the hat and just stare at the camera.
Yep.
Stare. Need some stares in chat for that. Anyways, great game. That was a really exciting, really exciting game. So
Super tightly contested match. Yep.
Yeah, sorry about that. We're gonna actually take a look at Skill Issue versus Mata instead of the 89 Dev as planned. I'm not sure exactly why, probably a technical difficulty or something like that. We're missing somebody by the looks of it. Getting word we're missing Dev actually, so apologies for that being a little bit of a mess getting us into that game, but Dev went missing, so apparently we're watching Mata Skill Issue. We're already in the moving. We're locking in.
Mata looks like he's in a different place than normal here.
Yeah, he
Just like
is. Yeah, we're missing the background. Anyways, we are on round 5 to kind of lock in on what we're looking at here. We're moving.
Just a quick lock.
We're round 5 already.
Bengali
Yeah.
language, so it makes sense to be West Bengal. And yeah, Skill Issue sees the same. There'll be no damage done here.
Oh, farther north. Yep, 2 similar guesses. 66.
Not too much. Mata, definitely the stronger moving player of the 2. Definitely wants to get off on the right foot here. But Skill Issue has been... I mean, he's had a rough go of it so far. He's one of the lower players in the table, and you know, if he even wants to be able to qualify for the regionals, he definitely has to step it up soon. So important for him to get some wins on the board. See if he can start doing that here.
Mata, really quick guess there. Not giving any time to Skill Issue.
Yeah, he had a road number, and I think we have the blur, yeah, in the front of the camera, which is an Amapa thing. Skill Issue doesn't realize though.
Oh yeah,
This could
wow.
be game. It's close.
Especially if Mata's right on it. Oh, Mata with an amazing guess. 3.5 times
that'll do it.
damage. Wins him his moving game. We get to move right on to no move.
Yep, Mata did a great job there. I mean, he found a kilometer marker that had the road, and I don't think Skill Issue had that. So Mata knew the road, and he realized it was Amapa, probably because of that front blur that we had on the camera. So excellent guess from Mata, and he takes the win in a game that I think he expected to win, but he did what he needed to do.
He did what he needed to do. We're going to go on to no move in a second here. But while we're taking a quick pause, I'd love to, I know we just kind of got thrown into this, but I'd love to kind of take a look at how these two players are doing. Mata right now, for instance. with only a 41% win rate on the moving. But he's taken that one, which is nice. And he's sitting at a 44% win rate overall. Skill issue.
Skill Issue's won 1 moving game out of 15.
Wow,
so,
yeah. Definitely moving, not the strong suit. We didn't get a chance to take a look at the stats before this game, so I just wanted to make sure we could take a look at some, know who we're looking at, knowing where they're standing. So, getting in now to the no move. 46.7% win rate on no move for Skill Issue. Definitely not bad at all. Just seems like those moving games are really not what he likes to see. Mata with an exactly 50% win rate, so very close on no moving. We should see a close game here.
Yep. Skill Issue around 50% in both no moving and NPZ, but moving is pretty clearly a weakness for him. But he can still win this match. Again, these are the modes he feels more comfortable in, so we'll see if he can bounce back. Starting in the Netherlands probably won't be too consequential, I wouldn't think.
Yeah, it should be too much. 1.5 times damage. Quick lock from Mata. Skill Issue's got to follow.
Bolsvard, I don't know, maybe that's a town name. I certainly haven't heard of it, though. Is he just going to go middle as well? Better get a pin down. Let's go south.
Just farther north.
A bit more north. One of the toughest countries to region guess, the Netherlands. I mean, it's just so similar. Very small country, similar architecture landscapes throughout, so clicking middle, never the worst idea. Ooh, okay, Scotland, looks like.
Ooh, little Scotland. A very beautiful location. Very pretty, must say.
Yeah. Scotland, a really pretty place. We had a... Ooh. Pretty specific zooms from Mata here. Thinking Isle of Skye?
Is he trying to line something up? Hard to tell.
Yeah, it's going to be really tough to line up. Just props if he's able to do it. Wow, he's close.
Wow! And he basically does. I mean, that's so close. 12 kilometers away. That's 520 points of damage to Skill Issue. It's so impressive.
Mata not letting the pressure off. Showing it's not just moving where he can make an impact. Let's see what we've got here. Thinking Tohoku. I can't see much on the poles, but the roofs, if you look at the roofs, almost all of the roofs are sort of metal sheet roofs rather than tiled roofs, which is much, much more common the further north you go in Japan. So I think that where Mata is a very good guess. Could also even be something like Hokkaido, although again, the players can see better than me, so they can probably see plates and things. I like Mata's guess.
I like it as well. Skill Issue hasn't followed though, but now he has to. Mata has put the pressure on by locking in the guess. Skill Issue, open that map, get a guess in. He's going a similar area, a little farther south though. Going Sendai. Mata closer again, holding flawless with 2.5 times damage. Big hit, 1300 health, down.
Again, we saw such a high concentration in that round of those metal roofs, so it makes sense it would be quite far north. Mata doing a really nice job. Philippines, perhaps, here? We'll see. I mean, we have a tuk-tuk, so maybe the players are able to use that to their advantage. That ad that Skill Issue is looking at doesn't look like it has anything helpful on it. Mata thinking Luzon.
We've been seeing Mata kind of get these plonks down quicker. Skill Issue really takes his time more. Let's see where we end up being though on this one. Not a lot to go off of. Again, they just got that one little ad. Skill Issue just kind of doing a little swim in here. A little bit of a hedge.
Yeah, going for that central hedge. Mata, I don't know if he's basing his guess off the tuk-tuk or something else, but he feels pretty good about Luzon. It could win him the game if his guess is good. We will see.
Well, we'll see. Yep. It is Luzon.
Is it
Mata,
enough?
the confidence is paying off.
It's close.
And it wins him the game, too! Wow! Really impressive from Mata. Flawlessing on the no move. What a matchup!
Wow, what an excellent performance from Mata. Just solid, just 2-0 victory. Pretty convincing. Less celebration from him than we're used to seeing most of the time. But yeah, but you know, it's a big win for Mata. Skill issue definitely pretty far down in the table at this point. So definitely feeling the pressure, but Mata with a much needed victory there.
Yeah, maybe he needed that little change of environment. The new room worked out. Who knows? Who knows? Maybe he'll come back taking some of that confidence from these wins here. But good match. Lovely that we got to just hop right on into that one really quick. But guys, we actually had a bit of a walkover from V89 Dev. So Dev couldn't make it and decided to give a walkover, gave the points over to V89. V89 gets a free 3 points there and gets a 2-0. Also, Blinky vs. Kent happened off stream. Blinky got a 2-0 as well. Interesting little slot.
Yeah, I mean, Kent, we said 2025 might be his year. It still might be his year, to be fair. Losing to Blinky is something that pretty much all the players are going to do, so, you know, no shame in that one. And then, yeah, that's tough for Dev, though, because Dev is kind of on the edge right now of those qualifying versus not qualifying for regionals spots, so taking a 2-0 loss because of a forfeit is definitely not what he wanted to do, but I have faith that he can bring it back in the coming weeks.
Yeah,
actually,
I do too.
Does he play? Is he going to play the next one? Or is he going to have to
we'll
forfeit
see
that
if he.
too?
I don't know. That's a great question. We'll end up going to a break in a bit, and I'm sure we'll figure it out. I hope he's okay. Again, we don't know the exact reason why he decided to forfeit it, so who knows? But hopefully things are good, and as you said, definitely has a chance to make a comeback. Here are our overall standings, though, for where we're at right now. Wow, look at all that. RC Blinky Consus, definitely a prediction that could have been made by many as who would our top three would be. The 89 does move up a bit, getting that forfeit there. Also, I really want to note, Consus has only played 12 matches and is in 3rd place. That is insane. That is unreal. Oceanman has moved up to 11th. That's pretty impressive as well. Anything else you want to talk about here, Jake?
The 89 is very close to that sort of twice as many points as matches mark, and he's all the way up in 6th place. He's been getting a lot of wins recently, so that's definitely worth noting. And also a couple of players below him, Finbar most notably, only on 10 matches, so once Finbar plays a couple more, he could be up in that top 5 as well.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, Finbar's playing in our next slot versus Armani, so I don't think we're watching it on the screen, but that should be an interesting match, if I'm not mistaken. I might be actually misremembering. Maybe that's a different day. My bad. Whatever. Anyways, we'll see. But what we do have next on the main stream will be Skill Issue versus Fow. That's going to be an exciting one. We did just see Skill Issue take a bit of a loss there. Not what he wanted, so maybe he can make a bit of a comeback here against Fow. Fow also kind of sitting in a place where he wants some more points. Should be a good one, guys. Stay tuned. Short break. And when we come back, Skill Issue versus Fow.
Thanks, GeoGuessr, for letting me become part of your world so quickly, and that I got a chance to see Blinky lift the trophy after that insane grand final. It was an experience I'll never forget. So now, with 2025 right around the corner, I have an idea.
Now, don't get me wrong, I love Sweden. We've already had the World Cup there twice. GeoGuessr 2025 World Cup. Denmark. So to all you GeoGuessr fans out there, let me show you what Copenhagen has to offer. Fancy architecture. Easy to recognize signs. We have historic buildings. Red roads. A royal family. World-class dining. A super cool theme parks. We got the best beer in the world. Presumably. So, when you're done exploring the city, when you've tasted all the varieties of smørrebrød and you've found out the true meaning of hygge, we'll meet here.
Where Winston Churchill laid the foundation of what would become the European Union.
Long live the cause of freedom.
Where big-time artists like Rolling Stones, Louis Armstrong and the Beatles have performed.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I welcome you to Copenhagen and the KB Hall, the venue of the 2025 GeoGuessr World Cup Finals. Oh, and there will be a bar.
Welcome back, everybody, to the GeoGuessr World League. I am your host, Project Bloom, or Bloom, joined by the legendary Jake Lyons. We had a little bit of a longer break there. Those other two matches in the third slot went so quickly, and we had that walkover that we had a long break. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully maybe you got a snack or something, and you're locked in for our last slot of the day. It should be a fun time. Jake, how you feeling right now?
Feeling good. Ready for the last set of games. We've had some amazing ones so far. So blessed to be able to watch Kratsooo and Blinky and commentate on it. But we're going to have another couple awesome matches coming up.
Yeah, should be a great time. We've got Skill Issue versus FAO coming up. Should be an exciting one. I think it's going to be a good time, but let's, I think if it's ready, we'll take a look at the schedule or get straight into the game. I lied to you all. It's going to be Skill Issue. It's going to be FAO. Going to be a good time. We saw Skill Issue lose that game earlier, and now he's back. Hopefully he can make a bit of a comeback.
Yeah, again, Skill Issue really starting to feel the pressure. Win rate down at 29%, which is not enough if he wants to even qualify for the regionals. We also mentioned that Skill Issue pretty weak in moving games. He's only won 1 out of, I think, 16 so far, which is definitely low. So I would expect FAO to probably jump out ahead on the moving game, although you never know. And yeah, we'll see what Skill Issue can do, but he's definitely going to have to turn it around soon.
Yeah, FAO too, sitting at a 46% win rate. He's definitely going to need a comeback also. I think this is doable for FAO. FAO is that 3-time semifinalist, as I've been calling him, because semifinalist in the first World Cup, semifinalist at the Americas Regional, semifinalist at the 2024 World Cup. So he's a great player. He can make it the distance, but right now sitting only in 23rd place, not where he wants to be. So should be a fun matchup. Let's see how it goes. We'll get right on in.
Yeah, Foul probably right now just around that breaking point for the America's Regionals qualification. So he definitely wants to make sure he at least gets there. But again, with a good run of form, he could even make it into the direct qualification spots. Instant guess from Skill Issue in West Virginia. I'm not sure what he saw, if anything.
Yeah, I wonder if he just is trying to put on some pressure on Foul, not really let Foul find information. We'll see.
Similar guesses.
Oh, yeah, just Kentucky. Fun fact for the people at home, Foul was actually at Laundersland, which is going on this weekend. We all know and love Launders. And was going to try and play from there, but then some technical difficulties and things and couldn't do it today. So he drove home, and now he's playing from home. Would have been fun.
No surprise at all the instant guess from Skill Issue here. He knows he's a weaker moving player. He knows how strong Foul is. He figures moving around is not going to do me any good. So I'm just going to basically play the rounds no move and hope that I can outreach and guess him.
And he does. He does on round 2. Couldn't round 1. He does round 2. That's a pretty big hit there. Skill Issue in the lead now, going to round 3.
But that is the strategy that Skill Issue is going to use going forward. Any round that's even semi-rural, he's just going to be sending fast. And I definitely understand the rationale behind that.
Yeah,
Again,
like on
Foul's
this
gonna
one,
move,
he's not
Skill
moving
Issue's
at
gonna-
all. Skill Issue didn't move at all.
Get a lay of the land and then send it.
He's playing a fast no move. I love it.
There's a sign there. We'll see if it has anything. Oh, he's not even go. Oh, that's even better.
Oh, wow.
Signs for Bahia Blanca and Buenos Aires. So he's going to be on the right road here.
Oh, wow. This is a time when it did not work out for Skill Issue to guess quick. Foul. Just got to that right sign. Gets a 4-9-8-6.
That's the risk you take when you decide to play a moving game as if it's a no-moving game. You know, sometimes it works if the rounds are rural enough, but sometimes it doesn't. And if the signs are nearby enough and the opponent is good enough to know how to use them, it definitely can run you into some trouble.
Most definitely. He is opting to move now, actually, so maybe...
He probably just isn't confident enough about the region in the first place and figures guessing immediately is probably too much of a risk.
Yeah, makes sense. Paz got a little... some vans here, but really not much to go off of. Skill Issue still moving quick, moving fast.
Spanish language, which is definitely helpful. I don't think that Skill Issue has found any language, so we'll see, but it's possible that he makes a bad region guess. I don't know.
Yeah,
He doesn't
he's
have
yet
much.
to open the map. Found North Spain. Skill Issue, 3 seconds left. He does go North Spain 2. Very close guesses. Should not be too many points. Wow, Foul. Foul. Is Foul on the road?
I think he is. I'm not sure he had a road number, maybe, but it looked to me like that was just a region guess. So
I think so.
Wow.
I think so. Wow. Wow. Round 5 now. 3 times damage. Foul with a pretty big lead.
Narayangarh, is that what it says? I wonder how knowable that is. I mean, that's probably a city, but I would be surprised if either of them knows it. Skill Issue might just go ahead and scan for it. Foul. I'm not sure if he can read Hindi. I know he can read Bengali, but Hindi's a bit trickier. Well, not necessarily trickier, but it's less common for GeoGuessr players to know.
Yeah. Oh, he had a green sign there, but yeah.
Yeah, but it was all in Hindi.
Know.
He has
Yeah.
Narayangarh too. I think that is the city, but I just don't know how big or how knowable that city is. So this could be big here.
Oh yeah.
Well, both are clicking Madhya Pradesh though.
Wait, Foul moves to Maharashtra last second. Oh, Skill Issue is going to be closer by just a bit. That's 1,300 damage, but Foul still holds a lead, now only by about 300 points.
So yeah, again, the rounds with more plentiful info are going to benefit Foul more, and the rounds that are a little tougher to figure out are going to be better for Skill Issue. That looks like Tamil language, which he will recognize. Foul presumably will figure that out as well. So they'll both guess in Tamil Nadu, and again, we probably won't see too much damage done.
Yeah, both pretty close. Foul even moves it a little closer. It's a skill issues guess, but closer overall. A little back and forth right there.
Yep. And India is such a tough country to narrow down. Just for a lot of the times, it's really helpful to be able to read it, but it takes so much effort to actually learn how to read all those scripts. Ooh, okay. So you have an Argentina round with info, but these are small towns. He's got another sign, but he can't read it because of the blur. Skill issue just looked at the first sign, and he's just scanning. If I was way more north, it says Salta, doesn't it?
Yeah, it says Salta, which would be far north.
Okay.
Yeah.
So skill issue doesn't have that sign. He has the other sign, which has much weaker town names. And I think this is just a difference in moving experience. It's like, Fao has played more moving games. He knows, like, if I have a sign without... If there's a roundabout, there's likely to be multiple signs around the roundabout. Whereas skill issue sees the sign and immediately is just like, okay, this is what I have. I've got to try and use this. But it's going to lose in the game here.
Yeah, because Fao should be right there on it. Yep, he is. What a game from Fao. Taking it on round 7, moving us on to no moving.
Yeah, and again, you just see the moving experience come into play there from Fao. He's just like, I got a sign, I don't know how to use it, so I'm going to go look for another one. And Skill Issue was like, just going to use the sign I have, and that was the difference in that game. So, yeah, Fao, I think we probably expected him to win. Again, given Skill Issue is probably one of the weaker moving players in the tournament, but that does not mean he's out of this yet. Again, he's had a rough go of it so far, but No Move and NMPZ are much, much more comfortable for him, so he may be able to make this comeback.
Definitely doable. Round 1, Italy. Skill Issue with the lock first.
Is he scanning for...
Yeah, is Fao scanning right now?
Surely he doesn't... That would be crazy if he has it, but...
Yeah, okay. I was gonna say, that would be nuts.
Yeah, I mean, he
would
was...
be pretty nuts.
Figured it's a mountainous round, it's probably somewhere in the Apennines, and it was just like, maybe just zooming in case somehow it lined perfectly up, but not that time.
Not that time. Round 2, 1.5 times damage. Should be a little Colombia here.
Yep. Antioquia pulls... Oh boy. We have Antioquia pulls. I'm kind of surprised that Skill Issue didn't... He either didn't notice or decided to ignore it. It's not 100% meta, but that the specific pattern on the paint on the bottom of those poles is generally found where Fao is, not where Skill Issue is. Yeah.
Yeah, works out for Fao.
I'm not sure if it ends up being Antioquia or not, but either way, solid 1,000 damage. And Fao lengthens the lead.
Yeah, very solid. Going around 3 now, 2 times damage. As the multis rack up, really could be anyone's game. Skill Issue's not too low in health yet, so we'll see what he can do.
This is a tricky one. Somewhere in rural Europe, we just have some corn and a dirt road. Like if it was me, I'd just be central. Like, yeah, Croatia, Slovenia, Austria, that kind of area. Makes a lot of sense.
We will see the players' Skill Issue especially yet to look super confident here. Fao locks it in and leans back in the chair. Skill Issue, you gotta follow. Where are you gonna go? He's gonna go Romania. Ooh. That's a pretty big difference. It is Romania though.
Romania.
But they're somewhat equidistant in a sense. So not too much damage. Fao still does hold a lead.
It's a great guess, though, from Skill Issue, honestly. I probably would have been closer to where Fao was, so that's very nicely done. Is this Western? Ooh, I'm not sure. It's always the question. Maybe it's more South Australia. It's definitely Australia, but again, tough country to region guess, especially when this red soil often indicates Western Australia, but it's just not, maybe not quite red enough, and I think I prefer South Australia, which is where both players are going.
Yeah, both there, just across the water from each other. Fao closer to Adelaide. Lets the time run out. And he is closer. And he is closer.
That's pretty significant damage, honestly.
That is pretty
Not sure if that
significant
was
skill
South
issue
Australia or
now.
Victoria in the end, but
Yeah,
when skill issue is under pressure, he needs to win this game to stay alive.
little doggo.
Ooh, considering
Foul,
Palawan.
considering Palawan.
It's a risk. It's always a risk.
Always a risk, but it's a risk that can pay off massively. He decides not to do it. He's going South Island to Vow. 3 times damage, depending on skill issue's guess here. This could be huge. This could be the game. We'll see where it goes.
See if he goes. He's just gonna go middle here.
Middle slightly south, and it's an amazing guess. That's
anything,
1700
it's-
damage.
Probably just more of a hedge from skill issue, just clicking middle, not taking too much of a risk, but ends up being a great guess. Oh, I think, you know, he was still further away, but I think he's glad he didn't go for Palawan there.
Yeah, definitely. Would have been a lot worse if he had gone there. Going around 6 now. 3.5 times damage. Foul holding a lead by not too many points. And he's making his first guess.
Argentina makes a lot of sense here. A lot of isolated tree plantations, which I associate with the area near Uruguay, like Entre Rios province, but of course you can get them in plenty of places. Oh, considering moving there, skill issue gonna go North Buenos Aires. Similar guesses, but still different.
Yeah, both kind of just west of Uruguay here. Skill issue is closer, however, and it's an amazing guess there. That's the comeback he needs right after the Philippines too. Huge damage. Now this could be skill issue's game.
It could be, but with the multis this high, this really still feels kinda like a coin flip.
Yeah, it's up in the air, Jake. We'll see what happens here. Around 7, 4 times damage. We're getting up there. Got a pole, got like a couple houses.
UK, I think.
I like the
We
guess.
have
I like the guess a lot.
The guy meta, the guy on the
Oh,
little
true.
yellow sign. The UK has the guy getting zapped, whereas Ireland just has a lightning bolt. So I think it should be UK with that. But it's always just a question of where. Whoa!
Oh, a
That was
Scotland.
really north.
A Scotland from Foul. I don't know how I feel about it, to be honest. I like
Wow.
skill issues guess more.
Yeah,
He moves to Northern
I don't
Ireland.
think I'd be up there either.
Wait, Foul moves to Northern Ireland.
Oh my god, I have no idea. Who will it be?
This is it. This is it. It is up there.
Oh my god.
He was on it and he moved. He was right on it.
Unbelievable. You can see the reaction. That's crazy, by the way. I never would have gone up there.
Yeah.
What a location.
What a crazy location. And it brings us to
Wow,
round
and now
8.
it comes down to Russia.
Oh
Is it
my.
antenna? Yeah, I think it's just the antenna road. There's one road in Russia, one major highway that has summer coverage in this antenna, but the thing is, it's a really long road, so it's going to come down to where on the road we are. Again, I think both players are on this road, but it's like 1,000+ kilometers long, so...
Yeah, they're gonna try and line something up if they can. You see skill issue looking at different road angles, seeing if one lines up. Foul, not really doing it yet. Trying to consider where there might be a roundabout there. Something like that, but the time is running out. Skill issue guesses in. Foul doesn't look very
Here we
confident.
go.
Let's see where it is. Skill issue closer.
Oh my.
Brings us to NMPZ. Wow.
Wow. Fao is going to be kicking himself for that UK round. He almost made an insane guess there, and he switched off of it in the last few seconds. So unfortunate for him, but skill issue with a much-needed victory in that game. And we'll see if he can close it out in the NMPZ.
We'll see. It's time for NMPZ. This is no moving, panning, or zooming. One still singular image. That's it. That's all they get. What can they do with it? Let's see.
Looks like Uruguay here. It's Gen 3 urban coverage, very typical.
I want to note
Both players.
that Fao only has a 16.7% win rate on NMPZ.
Is that 1 out of 6, I assume?
Yes, that is 1 out of 6 times he's made it to NMPZ. He has one skill issue with a 50% NMPZ win rate.
Ah, that's definitely worth noting. Of all the modes, NMPZ might be Fao's weakest. So again, he's really going to be kicking himself for that Scotland round.
Yeah, that
This
Scotland
is far
round
from
is
over.
it. Far from over. That's for sure. We've seen Fao absolutely pop off on NMPZ before in World Cup settings. So it's doable, just not, he hasn't been doing it in the World League yet. So we'll see if he can pull it off right here, right now, or if skill issue will continue that amazing stat, that amazing win rate on NMPZ.
Looks like we lost the webcam from Fao, so now we don't get to see his reactions, but
True.
he's a bit further south here. It's
Wow,
great guess from
it's
skill
Choco
issue.
Province. Skill issue. 1,600 damage down to Fao's health. Yeah, I miss seeing Fao's Alberta baller behind him. Where'd he go?
Yeah, it's not the same without the bollard.
It's really not. It's really not. But it's okay. We're on round 3. We're in India. We're in Rajasthan by the looks of it. Both players considering, but Fao possibly going farther south. We'll see.
He thought about Maharashtra, he's still thinking about it. He sticks with Rajasthan,
Oh,
which
it's
ends up
good he
being a good
kept
idea.
it. Yeah, good he kept it there. That's 350 down. Skill issue still with the lead. But Faust is alive. Move on
See if
around
we can
4.
get Ooh, what's this? Nah. What is this, actually?
This is difficult. I mean, US, I would presume.
US, I guess. Yeah, with the short plate, and yeah. But this is definitely hard.
Yeah, it's a difficult one. Oh, Toronto from Fao.
Ooh. If
I was
Fao
gonna
thinks
say
it's
possibly
Canada,
Canada, Oh, wait, now
I'm
he's
not going to
thinking
bet
like
against
New
him while he's
York?
thinking about switching to the US.
Oh, we'll see. Skill issue hasn't opened the map.
Oh my goodness.
Less than 20 seconds now.
Thing when they don't zoom, you don't know what they're thinking, so I have no idea what skill issue is even thinking about right now.
Okay, he's going for
He goes
Virginia.
US, but he's much more south towards DC.
Oh, no, he's in like Washington now. Is Fao keeping it?
still in
He's
Toronto?
keeping it in Canada. This is gonna be big. Where is it? It's there.
It is!
Fao! 2.5 times damage. That's gonna be a massive hit to skill issue's health.
Wow. You never bet against him on Canada. If he thinks it's Canada, it's probably Canada.
Right? Like,
Oh my gosh.
one of the best at Canada, from the area. He recognized it.
What a guess, honestly. I think I would have been in the US as well. Definitely very unusual for a Canada round.
Yeah. Was hard for sure. But it pays off. The little hometown advantage. You love to see it. Little pause here. Maybe a little technical difficulty. We've got a connection issue going on right now, actually. So small little light pause. The admins have put in a pause. But imagine getting a round win like that, and you're having a little like connection issue too, and then you're like, okay, now I need to just pause the game. Actually, I wonder how that's gonna make him feel coming back. He's got to
Wonder
make
who
sure
this
he can.
benefits.
I know,
Pause.
exactly. That's what I was just gonna say. Like, is this more beneficial to skill issue or foul? Or neither? We'll find out. We'll see. Hopefully it gets fixed up. You know, he didn't play at Laundersland because there was going to be connection issues there, but seems he's having some at home anyways. We have a cam back. Oh, look at that,
That's good.
Alberta Bollard. Is that a Christmas tree
Beautiful.
too? Wow.
Looks like a Christmas tree, yeah.
Happy holidays, Fao.
It's got all the decor right now.
Yeah.
Is the tree blinking too? It looks like it's got
Yeah,
like some
it's
kinda
partying.
light show.
Little
He's got it
party
all going on.
Yeah. You know, love to see it. Love to see it. seems like we should be getting back into the game soon. Seems like he's possibly fixed his game. But what a way to going into round 5 NMPZ. Little internet problem.
Yep. Just up the suspense a little bit.
Yeah. Just increase the hype, you know, why not? Seems like we're just about to get back in. Here we go. Back to the actual game. Foul coming off of the insane guess. Again, we're on NMPZ, this is no move pan zoom. One still, singular image. They're both Sri Lanka quickly, round 5.
This is just going to bring the multipliers up. It's not going to do much else. Very similar guesses right now. In quite a small country.
Yeah, nothing much. We rack up the multis as you said. We move on to round 6.
Such an important game for both players here. What are we looking at?
Oh, you see both players getting deep into their monitor.
Ever Mexico? Or, oh my god, I'm so
whoa.
wrong. Okay, I'm wrong. Don't listen to me.
It's not even a terrible shout. I totally see where your head was at, but right now we have
we have Qatar
versus UAE.
Oh, he's thinking about it. He doesn't know.
Oh, what's he gonna do? Is he gonna keep it there? If he keeps it there and he's wrong, this would be massive for skill issue. Oh, he does not look happy about this.
He doesn't like it.
The time runs out, and
it is.
is.
Wow.
Foul
Incredible.
takes the game on Qatar NMPZ. What a guess.
Wow. And that was enough damage. It's worth noting that if it had been skill issue who was right and not foul, skill issue looks like he would have taken it as well. So that really was just kind of make or break in either direction. So foul, he didn't seem very happy with his guess beforehand, but Qatar was the right vibe and he nailed it. Closed it out. 2-1 victory. Beautifully done.
Very beautifully done. What a game. The pause did nothing. We wondered who the pause would benefit. It just kept us going exactly how it had started. Foul popped off. But now, guys, it's time Gingi versus Consus. They have actually already started their match because that last one ended up taking a little longer than expected because of the pause. So we're hopping right in on round 3, moving again, Gingi versus Consus, our last match of the day. Also, I do want to say we are going to get a foul interview at the end of this to end out the day, so do stay tuned for that again after the Gingi Consus. Let's see how this match is going. We're starting with almost the 5K from Consus. Wow.
There's Consus. He's back again. Still yet to lose a match, and he has no plans to lose one anytime soon by the looks of it. Again, excellent moving player. We will see if he can keep that going. Definitely has the advantage, certainly when it comes to moving. Is this another Ghana? 2 in a row.
Yeah. We had a broadcast before where we had a bunch of doubles. I don't know if you remember that. Maybe we'll get some more this time.
Right. That was so strange, wasn't it?
It was like 3 in a row,
yeah.
I think.
Yeah, it was like 3 doubles in a row. It was, yeah, the weirdest thing.
Hopefully we get it again. But Gingi comes right back. 4994 now.
He must have he had a sign. He must have found the town/neighborhood name. I didn't quite see it on his screen, but really well done by Gingi there. Take some health back. Okay, Germany with info. Regensburg is quite a big city that both players will probably know. Or Gingi looks like he's scanning. There he has it. So I wouldn't expect too much damage.
Oh, and that one is just north. Skonwald.
Okay, yeah. So Consus has it. Gingi's still with the pin in Regensburg.
Oh, and he moves south of it, which is not going to be good for him.
Yeah, we'll see a little bit of damage here.
Oh no, he moves it up. He moves it up.
Found it.
Last second find, but Consus right there on it with the 5K.
Yep. again, that's just, we see the moving prowess and experience coming into play from Consus there. Just knew what to scan for, had the road. It's like, alright, I have the road, I'm gonna go look for the smaller towns. Once he finds the smaller towns, he immediately knows the intersection. Just impeccably done. Thailand with a road number.
Yeah. We're talking about the sunset right now. Can we just, like, at least take a brief second to talk about how beautiful that is? Gorgeous. Anyways. Thailand, quick lock from Gingi. Consus gonna maybe line up a road here. We'll see.
Has either of them actually? Yeah, he's on the 33. He honestly might be on the 5K again.
That would be insanely impressive. It looks like he is too. Yep. Wow. The 5K's back to back.
So that's interesting from Gingi because the road number was at the start. So I don't know if he found it and it was just a long road, or if he didn't see the road sign, or I'm not sure, but it looked like Gingi definitely could have played that round a bit better if he had found 33. But Consus was just on it again. Consus makes so few mistakes, and Gingi decides, I'm gonna insta-guess now because taking my time clearly isn't working.
Yeah, tired of Consus finding all the info, getting the 5Ks. He does end up winning that round, but Consus still does hold a lead.
Yep. Again, so hard to make a comeback against Consus. He just gives you so little. Insta-guess from Gingi again.
Gingi played
no
NPC.
Surprise at all.
He just goes straight in. Consus gonna try and find something if he can. Doesn't seem like he will, so he's just gonna make a pretty central Austria guess as well. Yeah, I mean, in both players, almost right on top of each other.
Gingi did it in NPC, but yeah, I mean, he figures that's his best chance in a moving game against Consus, so he's just deciding, all right, what the heck, I'm not gonna worry about the whole moving thing anymore.
Yeah, round 9
but now we have Urban Brazil.
Urban
you have to look
Brazil,
for
you have to. You have to. Round 9. Again, we have a 10 round limit, so you gotta do it in 10. Whoever has the most health at the end of round 10 will win, or if you win before then. We're getting close to it here. Consus still has 4,373 health, but Gingi,
Sao Paulo,
1,500. 27 there, area code.
27, yeah. So that's Espírito Santo, which Consus, of course, knows, but he's got the same. Oh, hopefully,
no.
I'm worried. Okay, does it? Oh, it says Sao Paulo though. He might get baited by that.
Oh no.
Why is he still up there?
Wait, this is gonna be bad. This is gonna be bad. There's a 27 right there, Gingi, on your screen.
He doesn't see it.
No.
He doesn't see it.
Consus will take the moving game. So impressive.
Consus is just too strong. What can you do? Again, Gingi a little bit out of his comfort zone when it comes to playing moving, and Consus just, yeah, took advantage of that. And again, it's amazing how consistent he is. He doesn't give an inch. Make one mistake against him, you're done for.
So hard to play against Consus. The consistency is unreal. We're on no moving now. 360 panorama. No moving up and down the road anymore. Both players very good at no move though, so I think this evens it out a bit.
Gingi is really good at identifying vegetation in particular. He's less of a meta-oriented player and more just really, really good at identifying landscapes, so this is the type of round I think that probably benefits Gingi a little bit more.
I definitely agree. I think he's the only pro player who doesn't use car meta at all.
Who needs it? When you can just look at the plants and know where you are, then what the heck? I admire him for it, I have to say.
Yeah, it's amazing how far he's gotten without learning some of the very classic meta.
He just switched to Mexico.
Wow, wow. He's in Mexico. Consus hasn't opened the map yet. Consus, you have 5 seconds. Map opens.
He doesn't know.
He's US.
He's going US.
He's US. Gingi moves to France.
France.
Oh my.
Oh my god.
Oh,
and it is US.
It is US, but it is only a round 1, so no game. Is that game, Trevor? No, it's not. We're all good. We're all good. But wow, what a way to start our no-move game. Gingi, quick, insanely quick now. Putting the pressure onto Consus. Consus needs to follow.
Instant Shikoku from Gingi. Consus in a similar area.
Gingi with a great guess.
Yep.
Great guess there. That's 1,200 down. Consus still has a lead, though. I mean, because that first round. Gingi moving last second did not work out for him.
Yep. Huh.
Round 3. Interesting.
Yeah.
I like the Portugal.
Spain,
Like
maybe,
Spain,
or Portugal?
too.
Yeah. We have like dark rock walls, like almost volcanic looking, which is sort of unusual.
Yeah. Makes you wonder. Could
There's
we
no chance it's
be...
like Sicily? No, the buildings don't look Italian. But like the volcanic looking rocks are definitely odd. I don't think it's ever Canaries either, but I'm a little thrown by this one. We'll see what Consus ends up going for. Yeah, he's taking as much time as he can. He also goes Portugal, though.
Also Portugal. Okay. Yeah, it is just Portugal. Southern makes sense. Gingi. Closer again. Making a comeback here. Making a comeback.
Yep. Again, pretty impressive from both players there. That was not an easy round.
Round 4 now. Little
Looks like
Australia.
Australia. Saw that Tasmania round earlier. I guess it was between Radu and Blinky. Very specific guess here from Gingi in the west. I do like Tasmania with how green it is.
Oh, he's
Blue car,
considering this
etc.
island.
Oh, he's thinking
Nope.
about...
I don't think he
Flinders
moved
Island?
it. I don't think he moved it.
Nope. Consus looks like he's maybe just going to go for the middle. Perfectly reasonable thing to do. A bit more north now.
Wow,
Oh
Gingi.
my.
Wow.
Wow. Incredible.
This is quite the showing from Gingi on the no-move game, especially after that blunder round 1. I wouldn't even call it a blunder, actually.
Yes.
It's just a hard round
No,
round
that
1.
was just such a hard round, yeah. I might have been in Europe there, too.
Totally
Speaking
fair.
of Europe.
Yeah, now he thinks France. Nope, he's moving Germany. Moving North Germany, to be precise. Consus, he had to open the map. This is a classic from Consus. Doesn't open the map until he's making his guess, normally. Oh, but this time, right as I said it, of course, he doesn't do the thing he normally does. He places a marker in France.
This could be significant on 3x damage if they're in different countries. Gingi's Central Germany, Consus Central France.
And he locks
And they
it to...
What's that building? It's very white. I wonder if that's more French. It's hard to say. It's really hard to say. He's thinking
Gingi
about
moves
France.
back.
He goes back.
Yeah, moves back to France. And he keeps it there. Where will it be? It is just France. But Consus is closer. 3 times damage, 1,400 health. Consus takes back the lead.
Still pretty significant, although Gingi definitely would have lost there if he'd stayed in Germany, so
Yeah.
good on him making that switch. Oh, Nevers is quite a big city, I believe. Why can I not remember where it is? Oh, wait, that's such a knowable city, though.
I wonder if either of them know it. It doesn't look like they do.
No, but I've definitely heard of it. I think this is scannable. We'll see if somebody can find it. There it is. Yep.
Consus found it.
Yep.
Consus has found it. Gingi, are you gonna scan? You're just gonna go Paris. He's just gonna go. He's going Versailles.
Will he survive in Paris? Probably, but it might be close.
Yeah, we'll see. Consus, what a find.
I don't know.
3.5
close.
times. That's
Oh my gosh.
game! Consus wins. What a matchup.
Incredible.
What a
Consus
matchup.
he's just on a tear. He cannot be stopped right now. Again, that no-move game was much, much more even than the moving game, which I think is about what we expected, but Consus he's so strong. He's so consistent. Again, and really impressive win on that last round, finding the city in France. Kind of more of a moving style clue that ended up making the difference in the no-move. And yeah, another excellent 2-0 victory for Consus.
Yeah, Consus staying undefeated. Let's take a look at what happened. I believe we had another walkover for the Dev game. We're missing Dev today. So Trichter took the 2 points. Yannick got a 2-0 over Kent. And again, we saw the Fau 2-1 over Skill Issue, which was very exciting. We're going to interview Fau in a little bit here. And then, yeah, Consus 2-0 over Gingi. Very nice.
A lot of 2-0s today. But,
Yeah.
Big day for Yannick. 2 matches, 2 wins. Kent definitely slowed down after the 2-0 win against Gingi. But, yeah, some more great games. Consus remains undefeated, the only player left. And, yeah, big wins for Fau, Yannick, and Trichter as well.
Yeah, let's take a look at our overall standings now and see how Consus is doing. Being undefeated, he's now 3rd place, 35 points in 13 matches. You can see MK there in 4th place, also with 13 matches, but with 30 points. I mean, this is our World League ranking right now. This is what we're looking at. Fau has made a really big move up to 17th, which is nice for him. Gingi's moved up on the day. Mada's moved up on the day. Anything you want to talk about here?
Well, yeah, I mean, I guess not too much that I haven't mentioned already. Again, Fau, like you said, a big win in that last match. Takes him into the top half of the table. Who else we got here?
Lenley being up in 10.
Yeah, Lenley, big too. Yeah, we didn't get to see him. He only played earlier this morning, but Lenley definitely making a name for himself. I mean, 22. I mean, he already has, but 22 points in 11 matches is a really, really excellent win rate. Also worth noting, Consus 13 matches to Blinky's 14. But if Consus plays his 14th match and gets the 2-0, he would actually jump ahead of Blinky in the table with the same number of matches played.
Yeah, it's doable. It's doable from a guy like Consus. We'll see what ends up going down next week. But guys, we have an interview for you. It looks like we're going to talk with Fau right after that 2-1 win. Fau, how are you doing?
I'm happy that I got the win, but I wanted to win 2-0. I feel like I really could have done that, so it's unfortunate, but I'll take a win.
Well, yeah, let's talk about Scotland. I'm sure we all want to talk about it.
Well, I heard that you guys were doubting my guesses. I think Scotland was a good guess there. We had the trees that were like very specific to that area, but I just didn't want to commit. I saw some other stuff that didn't really look like Scotland, and so I sent, I think, Northern Ireland or whatever. Didn't pay off. Lost the game after that, so I was kind of angry. You probably saw my reaction. So.
Yeah, looked a little disappointed.
Well, no, I mean, yeah, I mean, there's a reason you're playing and not us, but definitely to me at first glance that round didn't look super Scottish. So good on you for having that idea. I also wanted to talk about that Canada round, that just one that was that sort of urban area in the middle of the trees. What was it that gave away Canada for you there as opposed to the US?
Yeah, I mean, even just like the GTA, or I guess it's southern Canada, like Ontario and southern Quebec. They usually have those very modern houses. There's a lot of them, and they all kind of look the same too. And when I say modern, I mean like really, really modern. And that's very common around the GTA. I was gonna go Toronto specifically, but then I kind of realized, it's a bit too, how do I say it? Like a bit too sparse for Toronto. And just the entire round was kind of throwing me for a loop. I almost thought it was the US. I was like debating it, but then I was like, nah, this really should be Toronto. Those houses are only Toronto, and the plates kind of looked Ontarian, so I was like, okay. I ended up clicking a bit away from Toronto just because I didn't think it really could be Toronto, but it ended up being north of Toronto, which actually makes a lot of sense in retrospect, but it's close enough.
Close enough. Won you that round. It was so impressive. I have one quick little thing I want to talk about. Let's talk about your bollard in the back really quick.
Yeah, that one. Oh man, that's a good story. I got the yellow one in Hamilton too. This is in Toronto. I'm in Toronto right now, but yeah, it's a pair. I got them like half a year ago or something, just because I had some free time, went and picked them up. So yeah, I love it. It's a little collector's item.
It's amazing. The people always notice it. I always notice it. We had to talk about it. We also were talking about your Christmas tree. Love the lights.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's nice. I actually turned my camera a little bit just to show it.
Okay, yeah. Had to make sure that we could see. Love it. Well, Jake, if you have any last thoughts for Fau?
No, I don't think so. But yeah, congrats on that last win, and yeah, best of luck with
thank you.
everything coming.
Yeah, sweet. Fout, you're making a comeback. Believe in you. Keep it up, man.
So thank you.
What a guy. Foul.
What a guy.
Canadian GOAT. We love him. Love the little interview. Love to get a little word on the bollard there. But, guys, that's been it for us today. We're back. Week 7 was a banger. Expect the highlights on the YouTube channel coming soon. We hope you guys enjoyed. Jake, thank you for joining us from vacation. A little change of scenery.
Of course. Glad
and
I
again,
could make it.
Jake, I give you the opportunity every time. Any closing thoughts?
And I failed to take the opportunity every time, but nah, I mean, I'm glad I could make it here. Wouldn't miss this for anything, and yeah, glad I could bring this to you guys, and excited to be back next week.
Yeah, great stuff. Guys, I've been Bloom, your host, joined by the legendary Jake Lyons as always. That's been it for us. I've been Bloom, and as always, peace.
Bye.
Thanks, GeoGuessr, for letting me become part of your world so quickly, and that I got a chance to see Blinky lift the trophy after that insane grand final. It was an experience I'll never forget. So now, with 2025 right around the corner, I have an idea.
Now, don't get me wrong, I love Sweden. We've already had the World Cup there twice. GeoGuessr 2025 World Cup. Denmark. So to all you GeoGuessr fans out there, let me show you what Copenhagen has to offer. Fancy architecture. Easy to recognize signs. We have historic buildings. Red roads. A royal family. World-class dining. A super cool theme parks. We got the best beer in the world. Presumably. So, when you're done exploring the city, when you've tasted all the varieties of smørrebrød and you've found out the true meaning of hygge, we'll meet here.
Where Winston Churchill laid the foundation of what would become the European Union.
Long live the cause of freedom.
Where big-time artists like Rolling Stones, Louis Armstrong, and the Beatles have performed.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I welcome you to Copenhagen and the KB Hall, the venue of the 2025 GeoGuessr World Cup Finals. Oh, and there will be a bar.